We are on the air. Greetings, everyone, and welcome to live coverage of Orioles baseball, where tonight the Baltimore Orioles will be wrapping up the final game of a 3-game series against the Chicago Cubs at Camden Yards. How you doing, everybody? It's your old pal, the Bird Watcher here, back for another ball game tonight. People call me BW for short. That works for me. And I'm glad you're here because the Orioles need your support. My goodness, we are in a funk. And we need a win tonight really bad because the Yankees are coming to town tomorrow night. And we got to have some momentum going into that series. But first, let's get the intro out of the way, folks. Those already here in Charm City chat, welcome in. Grab a seat, grab a snack, grab a drink, grab a hard drink. You might need it. I'm not sure. But get yourself nice and situated. Maybe tap that like button if you haven't done so already. You're already here. Might as well get it out of the way. And for anyone that might be new to my channel, just tuning in for the first time, greetings to you and thank you. I'm so happy you found my channel. If you're an Orioles fan, you're in good luck. You found the place you're looking for. This is a channel on YouTube devoted entirely to live play-by-play coverage of Orioles baseball all season long. Tonight is game number 93. The Orioles come in with a record of 57-35. So for 92 games already this season, I've been on this microphone calling every single pitch the Orioles have either thrown or swung at this season. And the plan is to keep going all season long and hopefully well into October. And along with that, I realize that this is a needed channel because there's a lot of Oriole fans out there that don't have access to watch the game on TV or hear it on the radio, whatever the case may be. This is a place where not only can you follow along, you can do it with other Oriole fans and interact. It's a great place to be. So, again, there's no cost. If you want to chat it up in Charm City chat, you just need to subscribe to the channel. It's a button at the below your screen there. You tap it, you wait 1 minute, you're good to go. And if you do just want to hang out and not talk, that's fine too. But do consider subscribing anyway and help supporting the channel and help grow this community. It's with the support of viewers like you with likes and subscriptions that gets this channel growing. And so far, the turnout has been phenomenal. The Orioles may be struggling right now, but folks, we hit 1,500 subs last night. The Charm City chat community is growing like wildfire. That's great. But I got to get back to talking about the ball game tonight. Folks, the Orioles have lost 3 out of 4, and it's only been, maybe 3 weeks or so since we had that 5-game losing streak. A couple against the Astros. Oh, we lost all 3 against the Astros, and then a couple against the Guardians. Excuse me. We also had a 3-game losing streak, dropping an entire series against the Cardinals about a month or so ago. So there have been stretches in this season where the chips have been down, and there's been a little bit of worry. But for me, this has been the first time I'm a little bit worried, and I'm not worried about us making the playoffs. I'm just worried about there's a couple of things going on with the team right now that needs to be fixed or at least adjusted or at least attempted to be adjusted. And I'm hoping that we're going to get to work on that. My goal tonight is to do better at being a little more, what's the word? Just keep my personal bias out of it a little bit. You know, I'm going to have my opinions. It's part of my play-by-play call. There's going to be commentary as well. But I listened back to yesterday's ball game. I know. Not for self-gratification, believe me. I wanted to get an idea because I felt like, how did I call that game that went absolutely miserable? And you know what? I spent the whole time just negative, just a feeling of negativity coming through this microphone. And I did not enjoy that. I did not enjoy that. I mean, it was a very poor performance. I had my reasons to be frustrated. But do I want to do that on a nightly basis? No. The best cure would be to get a win tonight. But no matter what happens, there's places for me to spill out my opinions beyond just a few sentences. And during the ball game, it's probably not the best time. You know, between innings, some comments before the game, after the game. Let's just hope tonight is a lot different than last night. The Orioles were 0 for 11 with runners in scoring position. Dean Kramer had a bad start. Brandon Hyde, I mean, this is the first thing we got to talk about, folks. We've got virtually the same lineup that Brandon Hyde put out last night. Again, we're facing another left-handed pitcher. Brandon Hyde seems to be very committed to having a certain kind of lineup against left-handed starters, and that sort of lineup includes Adley Rutschman as a DH and James McCann in the lineup. I've talked about this already. I don't think this is the right move. For a second straight game, we're going to play James McCann and DH Adley and leave Heston Kjerstad on the bench simply because he's left-handed. I don't know. I mean, by a show of hands that I cannot see in Charm City chat, who would rather, I already put this up as a poll last night, would you rather see Kjerstad face a lefty or the right-handed bat of James McCann simply because of the traditional theory that, well, a right-handed bat is better than a left-handed bat against a left-handed pitcher? I say, look, start McCann when when Adley needs a day off. When there's a lefty due, that's great. That's nice timing. You put McCann in on a day when Adley needs a day off and there's a lefty starting, that's fine. I get it. But to just automatically put him in lineup after lineup against lefties, I don't understand it. I just don't understand it. Let me give you some good news to wedge in the middle of all the other stuff, which is this. Folks, Anthony Santander, I'm not sure who on the American League All-Star roster is dropping out, but apparently somebody is not going to play, and Anthony Santander has been given the spot, and he will be at the All-Star game, now giving us 5 representatives, along with Jordan Westberg, Corbin Burns, Adley Rutschman, and Gunnar Henderson. So that's good news. There's also some news, transactional news. The Orioles have called up a right-handed reliever by the name of Birch Smith, a 34-year-old right-hander who has bounced around. Dylan Tate has been optioned back to Norfolk. We have called up 34-year-old right-hander Birch Smith. What do I know about him? Very little. I do know that he was drafted all the way back in 2009 by the Cleveland Ball Club. They had a different nickname then. And he has bounced around a lot. He's played for the Padres. He's played for the Marlins. He's played for the Giants. He's played for the A's. He has bounced around. He's gone years at a time without being in Major League Baseball at all. But apparently, the Orioles saw something, and Birch Smith added him to the AAA team, and now he's getting a call-up and will be a part of the bullpen starting tonight. All right, let's go over tonight's starting lineups. Well, first, what is the pitching matchup? BW, that's how things normally work. Your pitching matchup, Albert Suarez, is on the mound for the Orioles, hoping to improve upon his last start. He still has some very good numbers on the season, 5-2 record, an ERA below 2.5, a 1.21 whip, and he's on 65 1/3 innings pitched on the season. 23 walks is pretty high, and he has been having troubles with that lately, but hopefully we can keep the base runners down. And when you look at this Cubs lineup, again, folks, much like last night, you look at this Cubs batting order. I mean, this part of the lineup on down, I wish I could highlight it for you, but you're looking at the 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9 hitters. Nobody for the bottom 5 of the order, more than half of the order, is hitting 205 or lower. I mean, you got to be able to take one game out of 3 against a club like this in your own ballpark. And folks, the way the Orioles played these last 2 nights, again, it's a combination of a lot of things. That is why that I might sound more critical than I would normally. It's the fact that we've played really bad in front of our home fans for 2 straight games against these Cubs. And the fact that it's, again, on the eve of a very, very big series. If we don't come out tonight and at least do something to show that we're not just out there with the same game plan, and then we don't win tonight, we're going to go into that New York series in a lot of trouble, and we could lose our top spot in the division. Things could go bad quickly when you're playing head-to-head against the team right behind you. So I'm really looking to see this team. Again, win or lose, just show me something that lets me know that you guys know that there need to be some adjustments made. And unfortunately, when I look at Brandon Hyde's lineup, this is the first indication I have before I see any action in tonight's ball game. The only thing I can see about tonight's game is the lineup, and I don't see any difference. I don't see any attempt in this lineup to shake things up. It is the exact lineup from last night, with the one exception being Cedric Mullins in place of Colton Cowser in center field, batting in the same spot, playing the same position. I got that all off my chest. I hope you guys understand why I have the concerns that I do. Again, a lot of people have already talked about it. The Orioles have relied heavily on the home run ball. It's hard to fault them for it. The Orioles are at the top or near the top of a lot of offensive categories, and it's not just home runs. We're top 5 in batting average. I mean, we're a good hitting ball club, but runners in scoring position, situational hitting, doing things that don't require a home run are the things that we need to work on. And last night we had several innings. I mean, it felt like we had runners on base every single inning and could not knock anybody in. 0 for 11 with runners in scoring position. We'll go over the Orioles lineup more in depth here in a minute, but we're already near first pitch. Nico Horner is on the on-deck circle, and he is ready to step up to the plate. Albert Suarez is on the mound. Let me take you back over to the Yahoo screen now while I have a chance. Charm City. Folks, I know the mood can't be too positive right now, but it's a brand new ball game. You wipe the board clean when you have a bad game or a bad couple of games or whatever. You got to wipe it clean and try to come out here, hopefully with a little bit more of a fire in your belly. Albert Suarez has got a belly on him. I see plenty of fire in there. Let's see if Big Al's got it tonight. Charm City chat. Janet's got her Lucky O shirt on tonight. All right. Hey, the man. Let's get some retribution tonight. We do not get swept unless it's the... Oh, wait. The Cubs are in the NL Central. Never mind about that. Boston's only 4.5 behind us now. I mean, there you go. Folks, we are 8-10 in our last 18 ball games, and according to a lot of people, that alone is a reason to panic. To me, I feel like if the worst stretch of our season is 8-10 in an 18-game stretch, I mean, folks, the Yankees have gone 7-17 in their last 24, and that includes a win last night. All right, here we go. Nico Horner is stepping up to the plate. Is my game really behind the screen? I mean, it's already on the next batter here. This is bad. Here we go. First pitch of the ball game that I'm seeing. It's 4 minutes after. It's 9 minutes after the half hour. That's a called strike by Albert Suarez to Nico Horner for strike one. I'm going to have to check and see if I've got another stream going. This is way behind. The 0-1 pitch is up and in on Horner, and that actually got a piece of him and hit him. I don't believe it. I don't believe it. How can you start a game any more ominous than barely hitting a batter? First batter of the ball game is on base. Goodness gracious. Here's Michael Busch. Busch hitting 275, takes a pitch up and in. My goodness. Suarez missing off the plate in a big way there. Folks, he may be ahead of me. In fact, I would guarantee it tonight. As this pitch is off the plate. Check swing, appeal, no swing. 2 balls and no strikes. Bush hitting 275. Nico Hoerner can steal a base. He's at first. There's a pitch that has the zone, and Suarez can't get the call. 3-0. You should see the movement on this pitch, an absolute beauty, and Suarez can't get the call. Bottom of the zone. It's a strike, but it's 3-0. There's a called strike on the outside corner. 3-1 the count. My goodness. "3-1 pitch is swung on and missed. 96-mile-an-hour heater from Suarez. Full count now on Bush. There's a very good chance Nico Hoerner will be running on a 3-2 pitch. I do have a alternative stream option here that I might be trying here, but I'm going to try to get through this first inning. I do apologize if I'm way behind you guys. Full count payoff pitch to Bush is popped up. Center field, Mullins coming in a few steps, a few more, makes the catch. 1 away. First out of the ball game. Bush pops out to center field. Let's see what happens if I run these two at the same time. All right, this looks like a different broadcast entirely. There's a 1-0 count on Seiya Suzuki. It looks like I might have bumped up a few seconds with this stream. I'm going to give it a try. We got a 1-0 count on Seiya Suzuki, batting .258 on the season, 12 homers, 39 driven in, 3 for 9 in the series with 3 runs batted in. He swings at one and hits it into right field. Santander with a long run. He's jogging, and he'll make the catch just as he goes into foul ground in the right field foul area there by the tarp. 2 down in the inning. All right, this should be better. And, folks, if you want to get synced up with me, that was the second out of the inning just then. And as soon as I call the first pitch here, you'll kind of know where I'm at. Ian Happ is at the plate, hitting .241, 14 homers, 55 driven in. Nico Hoerner still at first base, 2 down. And the first pitch is top of the zone, called a strike. So that's where we are. First pitch to Ian Happ with 2 down is a strike. Happ hitting .344 with 4 homers and 13 RBI in his last 10 ball games. Switch hitting outfielder. Check on the runner, and Hoerner is back in with a slide. Not with me, Rob, unfortunately. I would be wearing one probably every day until we got out of this funk. But I'm not even sure if you guys want to see the hat around. I don't want to get blamed for anything. Another check on Hoerner. That's 2 disengagements in this at-bat already, with a 0-1 count on Happ. So expect Hoerner to take off here in the next pitch or two. Looks like he's got a slightly bigger lead, jumping around, and Suarez just stepped off the rubber, apparently not realizing that by doing so, it gives Hoerner second base. He had 2 disengagements. I don't know what's going on. Wake up! Hoerner at second base, 2 down. The 0-1 pitch to Ian Happ is in there for a called strike. I mean, what is going on? Is everybody like on Xanax or something? This pitch is fouled off to the left. The count is still 0-2 on Ian Happ. Two down, runner at second base. We're in the top of the first. Cubs, Orioles, final game of 3. This pitch is swung on and missed. 97, top of the zone. Suarez gets out of it without any damage. But that disengagement, man, come on. Wake up. Here we go. Bottom of the first. Cubs nothing, and the Orioles coming up to hit. Here is your lineup. Gunnar Henderson leading off, playing short. Adley Rutschman, the DH, hits second. Ryan Mountcastle will hit third and play first. Anthony Santander in right field, the cleanup man. Jordan Westberg, the number 5 hitter, is at third base. Austin Hayes will hit sixth and play left. Jorge Mateo at second base will bat seventh. Cedric Mullins in center hitting eighth, and James McCann behind the plate batting ninth. All right. Any other info to go over here? Get a shirt. Rob, were you asking me if I had a jersey because you want me to put it on? Is that the deal? Yankees game will be getting started in about 4 minutes. Let me take a look at that pitching matchup. I'm interested. Nestor Cortez against Shane Baz. Shane Baz. Verdugo, Soto, Judge. They got Ben Rice hitting cleanup now. Man, they're asking a lot of Ben Rice. Our newest cleanup hitter. Catcher converted to first base because we have zero depth in the organization for corner infielders. Now turned cleanup hitter behind the guy with the biggest offensive numbers. Oh, okay, you want to protect Judge with Rice? Go right ahead. Go right ahead. Tell you what, this Yankee team, in more trouble than us. Robert, I don't know. I don't know. It's a second lineup for the second straight night with one change that isn't really much of a change. Mullins in for Cowser, batting eighth, same spot. Justin Steele on the mound for the Cubs. Left-hander, he's very good. He's been injured for some of this season, but not as much as I thought. He only has a handful of decisions. He throws a first pitch to Gunnar Henderson high for ball 1. Let's go on over to the subscreen here. Next pitch is lifted into the air, left side, and we'll get into the stands by about 10 rows. Folks, we are in the subscreen area hoping for a little bit of Gunnar magic. In his last start, Steele pitched a complete game. He went the full 9 innings. As Gunnar fouls this one off to the right on the ground. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Henderson batting .292 on the season. He's about, 6 days away from playing in the All-Star game. 5 days away from the Home Run Derby. 1-2 pitch is off the plate, 2-2. Yeah, Mayo hit another home run last night. You want to give me a fat chain? Here's a swing and a miss. Henderson strikes out to begin the bottom of the first on a pitch outside. We get BW a button-down jersey and an O's fat cable gold chain. A $10 collection. I'd much rather put that kind of money toward making the channel better, not for some bling. But I do appreciate the sentiment. Here's Adley Rutschman. He takes a first pitch strike. And the reason I know the Orioles are not playing their kind of baseball right now is that Adley has looked frustrated at the plate a lot lately. He hits a hopper over to shortstop, and that's going to be an easy second out. Man, it's not even about the Orioles hitting home runs. It's that when the Orioles are doing well, I mean, again, the batting average is still good. It's not like we hit homers and we got a low average, like we're a team full of Kyle Schwarbers or a team full of Joey Gallows or something. Now, we hit for average. We normally hit the ball really, really hard. That's what we do. We make hard contact. And we're just not doing that lately. Even when we do get hits, we're not hitting them as hard as we usually do. lately. The 1-0 to Mountcastle, and that's hit softly to second base, and there you go. 3 up, 3 down, inning over. Very little happening in the first inning. We go to the second, no score. A strikeout, a weak grounder to short, and a weak grounder to second. That was your first inning of offense with Gunnar, Adley, and Mountie. Well, the question is, what do we do about it? Here's the thing. So I've seen some people say, well, we got to get rid of the hitting coach. The hitting coach he's giving a philosophy that's giving us these problems. Well, it's hard to fire a hitting coach, and I talked about this on the Discord a couple of hours ago. It's hard to fire a hitting coach when you're second in all of baseball in runs scored, you're fifth in batting average, you're first in homers, you're first in slugging percentage. I mean, those are all the main stats that says on paper you're a team that knows how to hit. But again, it does come down to doing the things that aren't home run dependent. It comes down to situations like last night. Austin Hayes, we're down 2-0 early. We need to set a tone that, we can score runs. We're going to make this a battle. And when Austin Hayes had that leadoff double and Jorge Mateo was coming up next, I'm sitting there going, all right, what a perfect opportunity to play a little bit of small ball. Move Hayes on over to third. Let's get that guy in, make it 2-1. And hey, if we add on to that in this inning, fantastic. But at least we walk away cutting that deficit in half and giving us something to build off of. And we just don't do it. That's the part I'm talking about. So, and that's what I'm saying. Like, I don't know what happened. I'm not a fly on the wall in the clubhouse, but I would hope between after last night's game and tonight's game, there's been a clubhouse meeting and some talking going on. Here we go. Top of the second. Christopher Morel, DHing tonight, takes a pitch off the plate for ball one. Morel's hitting an even 200, 16 homers, 47 driven in. This pitch is hit on the ground to Gunnar on 2 bounces. He throws to first in time. 1 down. Yeah, that's true. If the only runs we score tonight are via the home run and we win, I'll be more than happy to hear about how home run dependent we are. I just want to win. Here's Dansby Swanson. He goes after the first pitch and fouls it straight back. Swanson hitting .205, which for the bottom 5 hitters of this order is the best average. Looks like that foul ball might have gone up near the Orioles broadcast booth. This pitch is a curveball in there. I think that's the first curveball from Suarez I've seen tonight. 0-2 the count. And it does look like I'm still a couple of pitches behind the scoreboard on your screen. I do apologize. This pitch is off the plate. Count 1-2. Would you guys prefer to have this spoilery thing going on, or would you rather have maybe the lineup card here for now? I'm not sure. The 1-2 pitch is up and away. 2-2 the count. Where is my coffee? My goodness. Swanson hitting just a $111 in the last 10 ball games. But he had a hit last night. 2-2 is off the plate outside, and Suarez, after getting ahead of Swanson, has now worked the count full. Suarez relies a lot on the fastball, and Swanson is only hitting 194 off the fastball. That's tied for the 6th lowest average among regular players in all of baseball. So go ahead and give him the gas. Payoff pitch. Fastball fouled back. 97 from Suarez on that pitch. Yeah, Dennis, I'm with you. I mean, that's why, again, when we had the sweep at St. Louis, I didn't worry when we lost 5 in a row between Houston and Cleveland. I wasn't happy about it, as this is a check swing. Swanson goes around on a pitch up and in and strikes out. Swanson went around too far on that pitch, 2 down in the inning. Yeah, I'm really not worried about this team in terms of getting ourselves to October with, at minimum, 95 wins, probably around 100 wins. Here is Miles Mastrobuoni. There's a name you might remember from a couple of nights ago. He's back in the lineup tonight. 2 for 4 in the series, hitting 169 on the season. He takes, wow, what a terrible call by the ump. That was high and inside, and that ump called it a strike. Apparently, the umpire, who's about a foot taller than Mastrobuoni, is using a strike zone designed for his height and not the hitter's. Yeah, Robert, that's how I feel. I mean, look, if we can win in the style that we do, as this ball is hit softly and will drop into the opposite field for a base hit. This Miles Mastrobuoni guy can't help but get on base against us. 2 down, runner at first. So, yeah, the thing is, folks, the Orioles are going to win a lot of games with the home run ball. That's not going to change, all right? We've got guys who can hit it out of the park. I'm not going to sit here and say, hey, stop hitting the home runs. All I'm saying is that you need to have more than one approach. You know, if plan A ain't working, you got to have a plan B. And right now it just seems like the O's have a plan A. They stick with plan A. They hit some tough stretches, and they're like, well, we're still going to stick with plan A because we're going to turn it around. And there's been times where, again, we went through some tough stretches. We worked out of it. Things look like we're back on track. But again, when we get to the playoffs, everything is under a microscope. Every decision has such huge implications. Here's an 0-1 to Pete Crow Armstrong. He takes a pitch off the plate, 1 ball, 1 strike. Here's another batter hitting right on the Mendoza line in the bottom part of the order. He's lightning fast, left-handed hitter. 2 down, runner at first, and the 1-1 to Crow Armstrong. First to check on Mastrobuoni. Mastrobuoni. Oh, help me out here. How does that name even fit on his jersey? I don't know. Would this stop popping around? 1-1 the count on Crow Armstrong, and he lifts one in the air to right field. Long run for Santander toward the foul line, and he will make the catch right there at the foul line. It looked like it was in fair territory if that ball had dropped. And that will do it. The Cubs strand another runner. 1 in each of the first 2 innings. We go to the bottom of the second. No score in Baltimore. Hey there, Fitz. Yeah, it's just I'm talking about fun. There's just fundamentals. You got to show a little bit more variety and here's what I'm seeing. What am I seeing a lot lately? I'm seeing a lot of aggressive hacking at the first pitch and making an out on the first pitch, which, again, sometimes it works. Being aggressive can work. A lot of times opposing pitchers, that first pitch is a get-me-over pitch. It's going to be in the zone somewhere. They want to establish strike 1. Now, if it's a quality pitch and it's right on a corner somewhere, it might not be easy to do a lot with it. But if the Orioles go up there and they're like, well, I'm looking for this kind of pitch on pitch 1, and I'm going to go up there hacking, I mean, it's been beneficial for us. You remember when Gunnar went up there first pitch of the ball game out there in the Bronx and just hit the crap out of it over Juan Soto's head? I mean, it works sometimes. It does. and you start getting into a groove, and the line just keeps moving. One guy after the next hitting the ball hard, making hard contact. I'm not seeing a whole lot of hard contact lately, the man. I guess that's my main point. And even the home runs themselves are kind of down lately. Of course, we didn't hit one last night. And then that first game, 2 home runs that came up short for outs with the giant wall and left, and a third by Westberg that was a foot from going out at the top of that wall. That would have been three home runs taken away. Here's Anthony Santander to lead off the bottom of the second. Folks, 2024 All-Star outfielder Anthony Santander is at the plate. He would like to see some taters in the chat. This pitch is fouled back, and he's quickly in an 0-2 hole. I mean, 0-2 already, folks. You better hurry up with them taters. I'm hurrying. I'm moving. 0-2 pitch in the dirt, and that ball bounces all the way back, hits the backstop, starts rolling back toward the catcher again. That was a very wild pitch. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Steele versus Santander. Tony batting from the right side against the lefty. There's a breaking ball. Tony gets a piece and fouls it off. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Now, Santander, for me, again, it's Tony. You gotta roll with Tony. He can carry a team on his back. He can sometimes frustrate you, popping out, and then sometimes he will work a count really, really hard. This one is hit into center field, and not too hard. It's going to be an easy out there for Crow Armstrong, and another soft out. All right, Jordan Westberg's coming up to the plate. Folks, I wish I could keep it up here for you, but I just feel like there's too many spoilers. But then how do I keep that 0? I just want the score to be visible to everybody that's coming in. First pitch to Westberg is on the outside edge for a called strike. Jordan hitting .280, 15 homers, 50 driven in. He takes inside 1-1. Yeah, believe me, the man. I want Tony in the lineup, and I'm willing to take, some of the frustrating parts about Tony to go along with the great parts. He's a hero to me. This ball's hit into right field and right at Seiya Suzuki. 2 down. I mean, we haven't sniffed a hit yet. Yeah, I don't know. We got to start working counts more. We gotta. The thing is, folks, baseball is an ever-evolving game, and every time an individual player, whether it's a pitcher or a hitter, starts to find success, it's everybody else's job on every other team to figure out, well, what's the weakness? What's the Achilles heel? How do you get this guy out? Austin Hayes pops it up on foul ground, first base side. Michael Busch makes the catch. A foul pop-up to end the inning, 6 up, 6 down from this Orioles offense. And somebody tell me, what was the best hit ball so far? What was the best hit ball out of the first 6? I can't even name one. Man, come on. I don't want to be this pessimistic guy. Come on. I don't know what to do. Again, I feel like I live vicariously through this team. We are connected. We are tethered. That 5-game losing streak was in direct line with my illness. I start pointing out things going wrong with the team, and they start playing worse. It's like our feelings and our outcomes are mirroring each other. I don't want to sound like I'm off my rocker here, but I don't know. It just feels that way. The Rays are up 2-0 on the Yankees. Is that right? What do you think the truth is, Calvin? I mean, a lot of guys just don't want to play in the All-Star game. And a lot of teams, I mean, I talked to Thomas Fitzpatrick about Devers just last night. I asked him straight up, I'm like, is Devers DHing now because of the shoulder thing, or are they still playing him in the field? And he's like, they're still playing him in the field. And I'm like, well, are they making him play every other day to help, not overwork his shoulder? And they're like, no, he's playing every day. And I'm like, well, if he's playing every day in the field, then why can't he play the All-Star game? And he's like, well, I don't know. Good question. We go to the top of the third. Tomas Nido, the right-hand hitting catcher for the Cubs, hitting .204, looks at a pitch outside for ball one from Albert Suarez. No score here in the final game of a three-game series. The Cubs have won the first two. And this pitch is lined opposite field. Hangs up there for Santander, though, who makes a chest-high catch for out number one. Damien, I think you're right. I think Damien is right. That was the hardest hit ball by an Oriole so far tonight. The foul back into the broadcast booth. Yeah, Gerald, I'm not going to attack Hyde like a lot of people feel the desire to. And I understand a lot of people's frustrations with Brandon Hyde. I'm still going to say the same thing I've been saying for 2 years now. Nico Hoerner at the plate, he looks at strike one, and the next pitch is in the dirt. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out, nobody on, top of the third, in a scoreless ball game. I'm going to say it until the day I die. I think Brandon Hyde, when it comes to putting a team together, the chemistry, the atmosphere, the mentality, I mean, the results speak for themselves. In that regard, I think Brandon Hyde is one of the best managers in baseball. But the manager has more than just that job. He's also got to make in-game decisions. And when it comes to in-game decisions, I think Hyde has got a lot of room to improve. 1-2 the count on Hoerner after a foul ball. I haven't forgotten the man. And again, I think it's deserved. But I also think that the in-game decision aspect that might be a weakness for him was exposed in our playoff series against the Rangers last year. Wouldn't you agree with that, the man? Like, I'm very happy with Brandon Hyde's. He's been the perfect manager to watch this ball club build up from garbage to elite. But when it comes to postseason success, Brandon Hyde himself has got a lot to prove after what happened last postseason. Hoerner hits this one into center field. Mullins is there. He makes the catch, 2 down. 103 what? 101. I think we won 101, the man. But still, it's not easy to win 100 games. There's teams with 8 times the size of the payroll who couldn't sniff 100 wins last year. Here's Michael Busch with 2 down, nobody on, and he looks at a curveball on the outside edge for a called strike. The 0-1 pitch is high, 1 ball, 1 strike. That's why this game to me is so important and why I want to see something, just some kind of thing that lets me know that the team is aware that you just can't sit there and wait for a funk to go away without attempting to make adjustments. This pitch is fouled away. 1-2 the count here on Michael Busch. Oh, was it Altuve that came out? So an infielder was removed, and they were able to replace it with Santander, which just goes again to prove the fact that I'll just leave it alone. David Fry, congratulations on your all-star selection. 2-2 pitch inside. Bush started to swing and stopped. Full count here with 2 down. What I wouldn't mind waiting for is just some more pitches to look at and get the pitch count up. Here's my plate philosophy. You go up there, and if you're an aggressive hitter, you say to yourself, all right, I'm going to look for this particular kind of pitch, and I'm going to look for it in this half of the zone or this quadrant of the zone. Here, 3-2 pitch is ball 4. Low and in on Bush. That's that same sort of tailback pitch that was a strike earlier. This one does look about just a fraction of an inch off the plate. 2 down, runner at first. Here's Seiya Suzuki. Simeon replaces Altuve. Santander replaces Tucker. That makes sense. I don't get it. Tucker was injured, and then they made him a reserve anyway, and then he can't play anyway. So why was Kyle Tucker even on the roster at all? This one's lined in the left field and will get down for extra bases. With 2 down, the lead runner, Bush, is coming home, and he will score. It's a 2-out double. Two-out double for Seiya Suzuki. 1-0 Chicago. Yeah, the man, whether it's players just laughing and having fun out there and trying to enjoy the game and not feel so tense and over-aggressive, or if it is the opposite and we get a bad call and Brandon Hyde goes out there and his neck veins start to pop out yelling at the umpire. Just something, light of fire, one way or the other. Here's Ian Happ. He swings and misses at the first pitch on a fastball top of the zone. By the way, the home plate umpire tonight is John Bacon. So if you guys smell any bacon, it's behind home plate tonight. 0-1 pitch is swung on and missed. Foul tip, says the home plate umpire. No balls and 2 strikes. Card, I would say the Orioles, I don't think it's like a conscious effort. This one's popped up. Third base side, Westberg looking. It's out of play. I think for sure when we play the better clubs that we do get pumped up for those series, because it just shows. We've played a lot of really competitive series with the best teams in baseball. I guess we take the foot off the gas. I don't think we're trying to play down. I just don't think that same competitive fire is at the same. And the problem is you can only keep, it's like a stamina bar when you're playing a video game. You can't sit there and just max out on full competitive mode for 162 games. You do kind of have to. As this ball is swung on and missed, Ian Happ strikes out. I think he struck out both times today. Suarez gives up a run here. We go to the bottom of the third. It's 1-0 Chicago. Suarez now has 3 strikeouts, 2 hits and a walk. Man, this offense, please. Bottom of the order coming up. One and 6? I don't know if that's accurate. And speaking of inaccurate, I'm not trying to call out whoever gave me this information last night, but I couldn't believe it when I heard it, so I was inclined to look it up for myself. Somebody made the claim that Johnny Bench had never caught more than 100 games in a season in his major league career. That is extremely false. Johnny Bench's rookie season was in 1967. He didn't play a full season. 68 was his first full season. He caught 154 games. He then proceeded to catch at least 100 games every season throughout the entire 1970s. It wasn't until 1980, that was the last year where he caught 100 games. And after that, they started playing him at third base. He would just catch here and there. But this idea that Johnny Bench never caught more than 100 games, I was like, that can't be right. That just can't be right. He averaged about 120 games a year for about a 14-year stretch. Oh, I hear you, the man. I hear you. But even by the standards of back then, 154 starts at catcher, 8 games off for the whole year, like 1 game a month. Only missed catching 100. So it's the complete opposite. I don't know what the claim was last night then. But all the things I told you were facts. Here's Jorge Mateo. First pitch is ball 1. Mateo batting .225. And even I have to admit, I thought his average was in the 240s last night. Mateo, .225. That is ball 2. All right, here we go. Now, see, I can already see this sequence is like 6 pitches in over here. This pitch is up and away. 3-0 the count. Let's go. Let's go. Mateo, 3-0 count. Find a way to get on base. Called strike, top of the zone, 3-1. And then, yeah, you got McCann up next, but Mateo, just swipe a bag. Then McCann can maybe get you over. Called strike 2. Mateo doesn't swing at a pitch in the zone on a 3-1 count. Payoff pitch fouled back. Off to the right. Full count on Mateo. Yeah, Calvin, that's Justin Steele's record, right? Yeah, so Steele's record is 1-3. And that's what threw me off. I saw his record, and I'm like, well, he must have missed a lot of playing time. But, yeah, he's had 10 no decisions out of 14 starts. That is a statistical anomaly. We've got a full count here on Jorge Mateo. Mullins on deck. The pitch popped up. First base side and the second baseman, and a collision with Suzuki, the right fielder, who caught the ball. It looks like Horner caught it. Suzuki took the worst of it. Horner stayed on his feet. Suzuki went tumbling down. Well, everybody involved in that play, Horner, Suzuki, and the first baseman Bush all sort of tapping each other and saying, we got this. Here's Ced Mullins with 1 down. And he looks at a called strike. Mullins hitting .214. He's got 9 homers, 29 driven in. This one's outside, 1 ball, 1 strike. There's a shot of Brandon Hyde. Pitch. That one's hit well by Mullins to right, but it's going to be hung up there and caught by Suzuki. The problem with that one was the pitch was on the outer half of the plate, and Mullins tried to pull it. Had that ball been a little farther inside, he would have been able to turn on it, and he had that home run swing. But having to go out over the plate and still try to pull it, just not enough juice to hit it to pull it into right field. Came up about 10, 12 feet short of the track. Here's James McCann with 2 down. He looks at a pitch high for ball 1. The Orioles have sent 8 men to the plate, and none of them have reached base yet. Swing and a miss. 1-1 the count. Apparently the Yankees have scored a run back. 2-1 Tampa at the moment. One pitch is swung on a miss on a pitch right down the middle. Right down the middle. I don't know how it's possible to not at least foul that off. The 1-2 is hit on the ground foul off to the left. We'll do it again. Yeah, Brian, I think our best hitter in going the other way is Jordan Westberg. He's got a lot of good opposite field power. He has no problems with just letting the bat follow the ball and let the inertia of the ball just do the work for you. Just reach out there, square it up, hit it where it's pitched, and you're going to find a gap. If not, maybe find the seats. 2-2 the count on McCann. But I would say, Brian, that there are several Oriole hitters that don't try to hit that way. Here is a curveball in the dirt, swung on a miss. McCann is down on strikes. The Orioles have been retired through 3 innings without a single thing going on. We go to the 4th. 1-0 Chicago. My God. Folks, what do you want me to do? What would you have me do to somehow keep things realistic around here? I mean, yeah, we could all sit here and eat mushrooms and make it a happy, fun cartoon world. And not feel maybe some of the suffering we are as fans right now watching this product on the field these last several games. But I also don't want to sit here and just talk about how everything we're doing wrong. I don't know how to call games like this when we're playing like this. I guess I've been blessed through the first 80-something games. McCann couldn't hit a watermelon with a tennis racket. What are you saying? He's worse than Gallagher? Yeah, where is Jack? I mean, Jack, if you ever had a time now to list all your grievances, now's the time, Jack. You've actually got... You're warranted. Oh, boy, Kevin Brown's got himself quite the hot dog here. Go in for a big bite there, buddy. First pitch from Albert Suarez to Christopher Morel is high for ball 1. We're in the top of the 4th, 1-0 Cubs. Melanie Newman going in for a bite. Folks, get a screen grab. This pitch is off the plate, 2-0. Oh, they conveniently cut away right before the bite and then cut back mid-bite. All right, I see what you did there. 2-0 pitch, bottom of the zone, called strike 1. Morel 0 for 1 tonight. Is it me, or are we great at going the other way with pitches? I remember hearing they were kind of, now we are trigger happy and can't stop. Yeah, yeah. I think Adley Rutschman's, when you see Adley Rutschman swing, like he really looks like he's trying to hit the ball over the warehouse. I don't know if the rest of the team is trying to follow suit or what, but yeah, we just got to square up the baseball. Wherever it goes, let it go. It might just be a bloop. It might be a line drive single. You might need to throw some single. I mean, just square up the baseball. Worry about that. Don't worry about the launch angle. Just hit it hard. That is ball 4 to Morel on a pitch right on the edge of the zone. Could have gone either way, but nothing is going our way right now. That is a leadoff walk to a 200 hitter here in the top of the 4th. Leonard, we're all hoping, my friend. We are all hoping. Dansby Swanson's at the plate, and he goes after the first pitch and drills it. Left center field and deep. Going back on it is Hayes, and he makes the catch just in front of the bullpen wall at the 376 sign. That ball was just a few feet away from Mr. Splash. My goodness. Austin Hayes had a long way to go to get this ball that was hit very hard and very far. Well done by Hayes. Especially where that wall just sort of juts out at an angle and he's running at it from the side like that. You don't know what part of the wall you're running into. And here's Mastrobuoni going after the first pitch. This is hit into right field, right center. Mullins will take charge and make this catch for out number 2. There's a couple of outs. Yeah, it's nice to feel excited a bit. I can't fake excitement, but folks, that just proves to you that when I do get excited, it's real. I'm not putting on a show for you. Here's Pete Crow Armstrong, 2 down, runner at first. Curveball up and away for ball 1. I know, Brian. I'm just crossing my fingers that before this game's over, we can figure something out. Because I tell you this right now, if we don't win today, and the Yankees do win today, they're going to have momentum, and we're not going to have any. And that's going to make it very tough to come away with 2 out of 3, which is what you're going for. If not the whole kit and caboodle. 1-1 the count, and first to check on the runner at first. He's back. Oh, am I the show? 1-1 count on Pete Crow Armstrong. There goes the runner and a pitch out. Here comes the toss down, and they got him. Ladies and gentlemen, the Orioles. There's a little something you don't see all that often. It isn't on the offensive side of things, but it's something. The seldom used pitch out. The Orioles, they went ahead and did it, and it worked to perfection as McCann throws out the base runner at second to end the inning. We go to the bottom of the 4th. Cubs 1, Orioles 0s across the board. Something. Yeah, just something. A little play like that. Let's just hope it starts something. We now have the top of the order coming up. It's the second time through the lineup. There are no excuses. You cannot do a second time through what we did the first time through. It is time. It is time. I've had it up to here. Let's get to Wake. Please spell that right, Baxter. That's W-O-Y-R-K. Let's get to Wake. Or no, maybe it's W-O-I. W-O-I-R-K. Let's get to Wake. That's what I'm ready to do. Just show me a different approach, people. Well, are we already 3 pitches? I mean, it just jumps to... What is going on here? We'll go over here. Gunner's due up. Whoa, look out. Hey, Base, how you doing tonight? Base. Talking about base. It takes 2 to make a thing go right. It takes 2 to make it out of sight. I want to hit right now. I'm BW and I came to get down. I'm not internationally known, but I'm known to rock a microphone. As Gunner takes up and in for ball 1. This one's hit softly to third. Gunner retired. What is going on? Soft contact. I feel like I'm watching a wiffle ball game right now. Man. And folks, you might have heard a very scathing rumor that I once got busy in a Burger King bathroom. That is absolutely untrue. It was an Arby's. Adley Rutschman at the plate. He looks at strike 1. And this pitch is high. 1 ball and 1 strike. Well, apparently my Rob Base impression made somebody run away. 1-1 the count. This one's hit on the ground foul. 1 ball, 2 strikes. I just can't believe for a second straight night after getting shut out, Brandon Hyde's like, yeah, we got another lefty against us. Let's let Adley DH again and have McCann in the lineup. Why not? We had Monday off. Adley didn't catch. Tuesday, DH didn't catch. Tonight, DH didn't catch. Is that enough rest? The 1-2 to Rutschman is hit foul off to the right. By the way, we have one lefty that is scheduled to start for the Yankees in the weekend series, so add another lefty to the mix before we get to the All-Star break. This one is popped up by Rutschman on the right side and out of play. Still 1 ball and 2 strikes. Justin Steele's pitch count is no concern. 42 right now with 1 out in the 4th. The Yankees have just tied it up with the Rays. This one's hit on the ground to third. Morrell across the diamond in time. And that's it. 2 down. Rutschman can't do it either. Oh, boy. Wow. Is that a good deal or not? Ew, this dude just licked his fingers and he's got no napkins. Oh, that's disgusting. Oh, what a terrible swing by Mountie on the first pitch. What are we doing right now, man? Take a first pitch unless it's right in there. Oh, my God. Inside out swing, and this ball is going to get down and past Suzuki. Come on, Mountie, keep going. There's 2 down. There's no reason to test it. Yeah, stop at second base. Folks, another softly hit ball as Mountcastle hits it off the end of the bat to the opposite field. And it was dropping fast. Suzuki came charging in, tried to make a diving catch. Instead, it rolls on by. And Mountie with an easy path to second base. All right, we have a base runner. Sound the klaxon. Anthony Santander. Folks, come on. You know what to do. First pitch is hit on the ground. Shortstop. Swanson to first. In time, inning over. Come on. O-R-I-O-L-E-S. Orioles. All right, enough of this crap. Enough of this. Oh, my goodness gracious. Top of the fifth coming up. Pete Crow Armstrong due up first. And that's all I have to say about that. Rishi, you were just asked by Mod to not type in all caps, and then you get to do it again. Okay. Great, Rishi. Good luck to you. I really don't understand your attitude, but all right. Whatever. You do you, pal. That is the only way I have typed since I was 14. I don't know what a caps lock button is. First pitch to Crow Armstrong is fouled back. 0-1 the count. What was that thing with Will Ferrell where it was like, I have an extreme problem with controlling the loudness of my voice? This pitch is a strike 2. 0-2 on Crow Armstrong, leading off the top of the fifth. Reached for on a pitch below the zone and fouled away. Crow Armstrong not happy. He went after that pitch and walks out of the box for a breather. The 0-2 pitch. Good Lord. Head high. 1 ball, 2 strikes. We are in the top of the fifth, folks. The Cubs have a 1-0 lead. Swing and a miss. Another strikeout for Suarez, number 4 tonight. And that gets the leadoff man off. That's good. We've been letting the leadoff man on a lot of times lately. Hey, hey, hey. Can we win today? Hey, folks, if we win tonight, I'm going to do my Magic Mike / Weird Harold hybrid dance. Here's a swing and a miss by Tomas Nido. So there you go. There's something. There's some bulletin board material. We have to win now. I got to do my Weird Harold mixed with Magic Mike dance. This one's hit on the ground. Henderson tries to glove it, but it was deep in the hole. It would have been a tough play anyway. It's going to be an infield hit for Nido. 1 out. Runner on first. Back to the top of the order for the Cubs. That's right. The law says you cannot touch. But I think I see a lot of lawbreakers out there tonight. Here's Horner. Takes off the plate for ball 1. Hey, the Rays are back out in front. Horner was hit by a pitch leading off the ball game. Oh for 1 on the night. He looks at one off the plate again. 2 balls, no strikes. It is a beautiful evening in Baltimore. Man, tell you what, I don't know what the temperature is. It doesn't look like it's hot, if that makes sense. Looks pretty comfortable and cozy out there on a July evening. What is the temperature out there, folks, in the Baltimore area? There's a called strike on the outside edge. Might have been an inch or two off the plate. Albert gets the call, and the count is 2-1 on Nico Horner. Runner at first, 1 down. Perfect out. It looks perfect. This one's hit, and it's a fair ball past the diving glove of Westberg down the left field line. Nito will go first to third, and that'll be a double for Nico Horner. 1 out and 2 runners in scoring position. 89, well, yeah, 85. Well, as long as it's not humid, that sounds okay. You got a little bit of a breeze, and if it's not humid, I can do 85. Thank you, Baltimore. I mean, Janet, I get deleting the message. I think Baltimore was just making fun of Rishi Rich there. Baltimore, it's okay. Mods just doing their job. Baltimore, don't feel compelled to stay quiet. Just the whole point is let's keep the Caps thing, Let's tone down the whole Caps thing. Drew French is out here to have a chat with Albert Suarez. Everybody on the infield has joined in. Albert's up to 73 pitches here with 1 out in the 5th. Michael Busch is waiting to hit next. Are you sure about that, Calvin? What happens if your prediction isn't true? What do we get to do? Hey, Baltimore, I picked up on it, but do understand, Baltimore, that mods, they're doing their best as well. And, when the topic was just about not typing in caps, they see somebody type a giant message in caps. The natural inclination is to remove the message. It's nothing personal, Baltimore. I hope you understand. 1-0 on Michael Busch. And this one is hit foul behind the plate. 1-1 the count. All right, BFH. Thank you so much. And the mods are doing fine too. What's terrible, Kenneth? Here's a breaking ball high for ball 2. Folks, we got to band together. The last thing we can afford to do right now as a chat and as a community is to turn on each other simply because we're not happy with the results. We're fans of this team. We all have a common goal. All right? This one is lined by Busch down for a base hit up against the wall in right field. Nito scores, and right behind him is Horner. It's a 2-run, 1-out double for Michael Busch. So it's not a 3-run homer, but it is a 2-run double. And the Cubs now lead 3-0. See, Calvin, look what you done did. Here's Suzuki now, 1-out runner at second. And there's a curveball for a called strike. God, we need another arm. I'm telling you right now. Put Irvin back on the rotation. Put Suarez in long relief. Send Cade Povich down and go out there and get a new arm. That's what we got to do to fix this rotation. That's it. That's what you got to do. I love Albert Suarez, and I know that he's done well from time to time as a starter. But I just feel like his versatility is what makes him perfect for that long relief role. I think Cole Irvin does better as a starter than he does as a reliever. I'd rather have him as the lone lefty in the rotation, and that means Povich, sorry, go back to AAA. Maybe next year you'll be a full-time starter. But right now we need guys with experience, not guys trying to figure out how to pitch in the bigs. This is a 1-2 pitch to Suzuki, fouled back, and the count is still 1-2. But right now, we're just trying to patch things together until we work out a trade and bring in one new arm. We bring in one more arm, and it can, it's going to have a ripple effect all the way down in a positive way, we hope. Another 1-2 pitch fouled away by Suzuki. Suarez now on 82 pitches in the fifth. Scherzer has a no-trade clause. Well, that means he can pick which teams he doesn't want to get traded to, Calvin. That doesn't necessarily mean I refuse to be traded anywhere. This is lined into left center field for a base hit between the outfielders. Another run is in. And it's going to be... Are 2 runs in on that? That's 4 straight hits off of Albert Suarez. It is now 4-0 Cubs. That one lined right into the gap. This ain't going to cut it. Especially with the way the offense is doing right now. We need an arm now. Cole Irvin couldn't get you out? Come on. You guys are being a little bit... A lot of people have some short memories, and I'm the one that smokes a lot of pot. Here's a called strike to Ian Happ. Runner at second, 1 out. The Cubs have moved up to a 4-0 lead with 3 runs here in the fifth. And Albert Suarez is running out of gas. Pitch number 86 is popped up foul. Out of play. And that looks like the lefty. Speaking of Cole Irvin, there he is. Up and away, ball 2. That pitch was not close. 2-2 on Happ. Yeah, I mean, look, if you're looking at Cole Irvin as your number 5 starter in a rotation, I think he's fine. Yeah, he's not going to be lights out, but how many number 5 starters in even the best rotations are? I just think he's serviceable. He can eat innings. And I just think he's more suited to starting than he is relieving. Payoff pitch to Happ is hit on the ground, and Mountcastle, with a bit of a bobble, recovers in time, flips it to Suarez for the second out. Runner at second, Suzuki moves to third with 2 down. Yeah, Mark, we're playing flat. That's the word. That is the word of the day. If we're in Pee Wee's Playhouse, today's word is flat. Christopher Morel at the plate. Swing and a ground ball to second. Mateo should have it. He's over to first, and the inning is over. The Cubs put 3 runs up on Albert Suarez. 4 runs on 6 hits. And we go to the bottom of the 5th, down 4-0. Now, folks, we've been down 3-0, 4-0, 5-0 before. We were famously down 5-0 at Fenway to the Red Sox, came back and won that game. Normally, I'd look at us down by 4, and I'd be like, we got plenty of time. But, folks, we've got 1 hit through our first 4 trips to the plate, 1 base runner. I'm trying to figure out if we got enough in us to get 2 runs back. Never mind 4. Yeah, BFH, maybe you weren't here at the start of the broadcast, but I definitely mentioned that earlier on in the game, and it wasn't the first time I've mentioned it. Yeah, look, it's a, what do you call it? It's a double-edged sword, this plate approach thing. It has worked for us. The numbers speak for it. The record speaks for it. But at the same time, if the opposing team is making adjustments and they're starting to throw pitches off the plate and you're up there attacking first pitch and you're making weak contact, you got to start making some changes. Take a few more pitches. My thing would be right now, if I'm an Orioles hitter, again, I'm going to go up there with like a hybrid approach at the plate, which is to say, yeah, I still want to be aggressive. If I see a first pitch, if I've got it in my mind that I think this guy's going to throw me a slider in the bottom part of the zone, but in the zone, a hittable pitch, then I'm going to gear up for it and hit the crap out of it. Otherwise, if I see anything else, if it's a different kind of pitch or if it's in a location I'm not looking for, just take the pitch and wait for that pitch you want, at least until you get to 2 strikes. And then start, protecting and then just take whatever you can get. For me, that's the way you approach a slump. Here's Jordan Westberg. First pitch to him is a strike. Next one is popped up. First base side, foul ground. Bush makes the catch. This is razor up. Thank God. Folks, I'm telling you right now, the Yankees have to lose tonight. The Yankees cannot come into tomorrow's game feeling good about themselves. Exactamundo. Steph, we're going to be fine in terms of making the playoffs, but what I'm saying is, if we get to October, as this first pitch to Hayes is a strike at the top of the zone, Austin Hayes 0 for 1 tonight. If we get to the playoffs and we're in a funk like this, that's a line drive, left field, and it's going to be caught on the run out there by Ian Happ. Wow, Ian Happ. Credit to him. He was off to the races right off the bat and was able to chase down what looked like a surefire double in the left field corner. Hayes is robbed, 2 down. So, yeah, look, I'm not worried about the Orioles not making the playoffs or anything like that. I'm just saying once we get to the playoffs, we have to know that if our style isn't working, we've got another way of going about it. Mateo goes after the first pitch. A diving attempt that goes all the way by Happ. Mateo can run for days. Oh, if only there were less than 2 out. Wait a minute. Mateo doesn't make third on this? I'm shocked. I get it with 2 down. You want to be conservative because if there's any play at third, you don't want to make the final out there because a base hit can knock you in. But, man, after a diving attempt and a ball rolling all the way back to the left field wall, I thought Mateo for sure would be at third. He is at second base with 2 down. His 14th double of the season. And that has Cedric Mullins up at the plate, and he foul tips a pitch low and in for strike 1. Yeah, Tehran has actually been with the team since spring training. He pitched a lot in the spring, and then he didn't make the 40-man, and then they brought him back. So, yeah, Tehran's hanging around there as a option, but believe me, if we felt confident about Tehran, I think he'd already be up here in place of Povich. We'll see when Povich's turn comes up next in the rotation. Mullins is in an 0-2 hole, folks. 2 down in the inning. Runner at second base. The pitch. Swung on and missed. Inning over. The Orioles get their second hit of the night and leave a runner in scoring position. I think both hits tonight have come with 2 down. So not only have we not had a leadoff man on, we haven't had a man on with 1 out. We had 5 hits last night, 2 so far tonight through 5 innings. 7 hits through 14 innings of baseball. I tell you what. Be nice to see Heston Kjerstad somewhere in this lineup. Yeah, Calvin, I made that announcement in the intro. Birch Smith, a 34-year-old right-handed reliever. Again, he was signed in the 2009 amateur draft by the Cleveland Indians of the time. Birch Smith made his major league debut with the San Diego Padres in 2013, and he has bounced around ever since. He's played for the A's, the Giants, the Marlins, couple of other small market teams, the Royals. And he's 34 years old now. Apparently the Orioles see something in him. I wonder if we'll call up Kobe Mayo anytime soon. Cole Irvin is now on to replace Albert Suarez. This is only his 4th appearance in relief. He's also made 13 starts. 6-5 record, 4.46 ERA. The Cubs are sending up the bottom part of the order. Dansby Swanson up first. Going to bring it back on down here. Julio who, Brian? First pitch to Swanson is low and outside for ball 1. Daniel, I don't know that. You mean for the season? I don't know that off the top of my head. This pitch is low and away. 2 balls and no strikes. Oh, my God. Is this... Oh, my God. Oh, I can't. Called strike. 2-1 the count. The 2-1 pitch to Swanson is hit in the air to center field and deep. Mullins goes back, looks up, and it's gone. Called strike to Mastrobuoni. Again, folks, I think Cole Irvin is better as a starter, not as a reliever. But what do I know? This pitch is outside. 1 ball, 1 strike. We kept Cade Povich in the rotation over a veteran like Irvin, or a more suited to the bullpen guy like Suarez. It's just the wrong decision. Can we just say it was the wrong decision? It's not like I'm sitting here happy to be right. This is lined over the head, a soft liner over Gunnar Henderson for a base hit. Still nobody out in the inning. Mastrobuoni is on base again. 2nd hit in this game. Lefty on lefty. Irvin is coming in and giving up a home run and a single to the bottom part of the order. I don't know what else to say. Here's Crow Armstrong. I wouldn't be surprised up 5-0 to see him lay down a bunt just to rub it in our face. He does square around. God, I know what I'm talking about. He misses the bunt. I saw that coming a mile away. Man, the Cubs know. The Cubs know. They're gonna just stomp us. Next pitch is swung on and missed. Crow Armstrong went after a pitch up and in, and he's in the hole 0-2. I tell you what, I swear I feel like John Coffey from the Green Mile. I don't want this knowledge. I don't want this power. It just brings me pain too much. Hit on the ground. Mateo goes to second for the force, and they drop the ball. But I think they're going to say it's on the transfer. For the love of God. The Orioles make the first out on a potential double play ball at second base. Gunnar has the ball fly out of his hand on the transfer. And that's not the first time I've seen him do that this season. One out, runner at first after a fielder's choice. And now you've got the speedy Crow Armstrong there at first base. Ground ball. Here's another double play ball. Mateo for one to first. Double play. Hey now. Hey now. We go to the bottom of the sixth. It's the Cubs 5 and the Orioles nothing. They took Skeens out of the game after 7 innings just because of his pitch count, Rob. They're going for it. Is there still a no-hitter going on? Like a no-hitter by committee in Pittsburgh? No, the man, it's not. 99 pitches. Is it still a no-hitter intact? Hey, here's a fun trivia question. Can you guys remember the Orioles combined no-hitter that came against the Oakland A's back in, I believe, 1990, maybe 91? 4 Orioles combined for a no-hitter against the Oakland A's out at the Coliseum. BW started following you 2 days ago, and since then we haven't scored a single run. Man, I'm going to leave the stream and let's see if something happens because I seriously think I'm jinxing. Frio, I hope you don't think that I'm jinxing. I've been calling every game all season. If we had a record like the White Sox, I would probably say, okay, BW, you're doing something to ruin this team. But Frio, it's just an anomaly. It's just a coincidence. We need support, buddy. Yeah, was it still a no-hitter, that 1-0 Pirates game? Why would you say that, Daniel? First of all, I mean, that's a decision left up to the mods and I. Here's James McCann. First pitch is a called strike. Hey, Baltimore football history. You didn't Google that, did you? I don't think you did because you spelled Malachi way wrong, but you got it. Baltimore football history. Bob Malachi, Mike Flanagan, Mark Williamson, and Greg Olson combining on a no-hitter against the Oakland A's. And that was back with an A's team that still had the likes of McGuire and a lot of big bats. 2-1 the count on James McCann, leading off the bottom of the sixth. McCann 0 for 1 tonight, and he lines one foul left side, 2-2 now. All right. The 2-2. There's a curveball taken, strike 3. Good Lord. I mean, at this point, I just feel bad for the fans out there buying a ticket these last few games watching this product on the field right now. Here's Gunnar Henderson. High for ball one. We'll go over here. We'll keep some traditions alive. And thank you for the few that have subbed up since the last time we checked the screen here. 1-0 on Gunnar, and this is a called strike. One out, nobody on. Bottom of the sixth. The Cubs ahead 5-0. I mean, if you want to let McDermott replace Povich and see if he's got it, I don't mind trying. This one's popped up by Henderson. Man, weak contact all night long from Gunnar. A weak fly ball to left for out number 2. Steele is on 62 pitches with 2 out in the 6th. He just came off his last start where he pitched a complete game. 9 full innings. It's something you only see about as often as a full moon during the season in baseball anymore. And here he is just cruising again. Adley Rutschman at the plate, first pitch low and in. Rutschman has grounded out both times at the plate so far tonight. And this one is hit in the air. Rutschman's body language says he's very frustrated. A fly ball to right. Suzuki makes the catch. Inning over. 6 innings in the books. There's Adam Jones in the crowd. What do I don't know what to do. Like, at this point, I'm ready to try some voodoo. I don't know. Has anybody got like a chicken that I can sacrifice? I'm not going to do it just for the ritual. I mean, I'll eat the chicken. It won't go to waste. But, I mean, I'm ready to try anything at this point. Anybody got like a pincushion doll of Juan Soto or something? I don't know. This happens all the time. Someone always puts the grind on a hot streak or on a team that's in the hunt. Gotta love baseball. Birds still shouldn't worry. Smoke another lucky rod. I like your last comment. I like that last part. Again, folks, Rod, have you been with me all season long? Because I'm telling you right now, those that have been will back me up. I am not like the worry wort type of guy that every stream is nitpicking every little problem. In fact, normally I'm doing the opposite. Normally I'm trying to make people in chat calm down whenever we have a bad night or something doesn't go our way. I'm just being completely honest, Rod. I'm not worried. Again, I'm a broken record. Not worried about the team in terms of getting to the playoffs, finishing with a fine record, but I want to see. This is what I'm saying. Remember with the Texas series, we got down early and we didn't have any fight to get back in that series. And that's what I'm seeing in a series like this. Just show me a fight back, because these are the sort of audition type of, when the chips are down, you want to see a response, because you're not going to just go into the playoffs and sweep every series. That's highly unlikely. You're going to have a game where, you're going to have the wind taken out of your sails a little bit, and you got to come back and you got to respond. I'm seeing no response right now, and that's what's got me a little bit perturbed. This is a base hit to right field by Nico Horner. Cole Irvin is still in the ball game, and he will be for some time. And he has already given up another hit to lead off the top of the 7th. Yeah, I don't want to just get into the playoffs either. That's what I'm saying. I want to see us learn from our mistakes from that Texas series last season and build off of that. If we get to the playoffs and go out like we did last season, to me, this is an unsuccessful year. I don't care if we win 100 games. 100 games is great. It's admirable. It's something to be proud of, but once you've already hit that milestone, You got to go after the next level. This one is off the plate to Michael Busch. 1-1 on Busch. Nobody out. Runner at first base. 5-0 Cubs. The 1-1 is high. 2 balls and 1 strike. The man, I hope you're right. I hope you're right, but you got to at least admit it would feel better to go into that series with some confidence versus just turning on a switch that you think that we have. I hope we have that switch. This ball's hit to Henderson. He's going to race to second and tag the bag to get the lead runner. Gonna try to pull off one of those moves where he fields the ball, steps on the bag, and throws to first for the double play. But in this situation, I guess Mateo wasn't there in time. Yeah, Mateo was a little late covering the bag, so 1 out, runner at first on a fielder's choice. Here's Suzuki. 2 for 3 tonight. Book Doc, all I can say is if you saw Adley Rutschman's, this ball's hit deep to center field. Mullins going back, and the ball lands over his glove up against the center field wall. That'll get at least 1 run in, and the batter, Suzuki, is going to make it to third on a triple. It's now 6-0 Cubs. I mean, I don't know what to tell you guys. Book Doc, I agree with you in the fact that when it comes to game, fans tend to overreact. I mean, but trust me, I've spent months, April, May, June, looking at Twitter every night and wondering why is everybody complaining about some of these tiny little things that because it's always been about, well, why is he playing? Why aren't you calling up this guy? And it's like, well, we're winning. What do you want? But I do feel like right now a little bit of criticism is warranted. We got shut out last night. We're getting shut out again here tonight. We gave up 19 runs 2 games before this series to Oakland. I'm sorry, but this is criticism time. 1-1 count. And it's hit on the ground fair down the right field line. Ian Happ is going to have an extra base hit and an RBI, and the Cubs now lead it 7-0. See, this is the problem. When I have to sit here when the Orioles aren't doing well and just be honest about it, I feel like the sense is, well, BW, what do you do? Your negativity isn't helping. I'm not trying to sit here to be negative. I'm sitting here to be a reflection of what the team is doing, and which is why for the most part of the season up till now, you've seen a very happy, chill, laid-back, fun-loving, easygoing guy. I'm not that guy right now because the team is not playing in a way to make me feel that way right now. They're going to leave Cole Irvin out here, obviously. I mean, he is the long man. Unfortunately, I don't know. I don't know how to spin this in any other way. I don't. All right, here we go. Morel at the plate. First pitch to him is a curveball for a called strike. Book deck, I get you pitch to pitch, game to game. I've said the phrase "wipe the slate clean" a million times. You can't let certain things dwell. But when you set up a pattern, when there's a certain pattern established, and you're not doing anything to try to break up the pattern, you're not doing anything to try and shake it up, and you're seeing the same results, then I can sit there and throw back a quote at you. The definition of insanity is repeating the same thing over and over and expecting different results. What I'm watching right now looks pretty insane. 2-2 the count on Morel. 1 out runner at second. The 2-2 pitch is hit in the air. Center field. Mullins should have this one. Makes the catch, and we'll get it back toward third to keep the runner at second base. I should look away. Oh, something already happened? I can see. All right. It's just really, really difficult. When I woke up this morning and I saw the lineup, as this one's crushed into right center field for a base hit by Swanson, a run comes around to score, and it is now 8-0 Chicago. Ian Happ comes in to score. 8 runs on 12 hits. Cole Irvin, since coming on as a reliever, an inning and 2/3, 6 hits, 4 runs. It's the same amount of hits and runs Suarez gave up in 5 innings. So tell me again, Cole Irvin does better as a reliever. 8-0 Cubs. Miles Mastrobuoni at the plate. And folks, I'm doing this just for my own comfort. No other reason right now. This ball is hit on the ground. First baseman Mounty's got it. He'll tag the bag and the inning is over. More damage done. The Cubs have scored 7 runs over the past 3 innings and now have blown it open. It is 8-0. 7th inning stretch time in Baltimore, folks. Call it a muted stretch without a whole lot of fanfare. But hey, traditions are traditions. And at this point of the ball game, I like to throw some cakes on the griddle. Oh, I'm not expecting everybody to throw a ton of cakes in tonight. I get it. But I got to do my due diligence here, folks. I go to get a shower, and good Lord, what's going on with the team? They better figure it out. I know. And the thing is, man, I was biting my tongue for so long, and then as soon as I start to address the issues, it's just spiraling. Everything I've brought up is like being magnified. It's being magnified. And again, folks, I'm not sitting here going, hey, look at this guy. Hey, I'm the talking head sports guy that knows everything. I should be managing this team. I'm super smart. No, look, guys, I'm not, I'm not brilliant, all right? But I'll tell you what I've said 2 times before. I know 2 things really, really well, Tetris and baseball, okay? That's what I know. I got a lot of things I don't know a damn thing about. And I wouldn't sit here and try and pull the wool over your eyes pretending to know about something I didn't know about. A lot of people are saying, hey, BW, why don't you call the Ravens? Hey, BW, call the NBA, call the Wizards. I might have fun doing that, but guess what? I don't know enough about the NBA or the NFL. I don't follow it as closely. I'm not as passionate about it, and I wouldn't spend my time giving you 50% of the, sort of knowledge and passion that I would otherwise be giving you covering the one team I care about most, which is this team right here. I care so much about this team. Hey, Jaden's back. Bye, Jaden. Hope you enjoyed your time here. Ryan Mountcastle looks at a pitch for a called strike as Steele is out there for a 7th inning of work. Here's a curveball hit. Couple of bounces to third. Morel across and in time. Mountcastle retired. Excuse me, it's Mastrobuoni at third base. I apologize, Mr. Mastrobuoni. Is Morel back at DH tonight? Is that the deal? Morel was at third last night. Oh, great. Now my cursor's stuck. New problem. Now we're back to the stuck cursor. Jeez Louise. This one's hit well in the left field. That one's going to get down. Anthony Santander has hit one toward Baltimore near the splash zone triangle area. He'll have a stand-up double with one out. Tony doesn't care. Tony just wants to hit. All right, I can't move my... Come on. Just... do something. There. Just slam the keyboard until something changes. Folks, that's how you fix things. All right. Are we done here? Can I please just get back to where we want to be? Okay. Here's Jordan Westberg, runner at second, one out. Orioles looking for their first run of the night. First pitch popped up on the infield. Two down, Austin Hayes at the plate. Curveball high, ball one. This one's hit in the air to left toward the foul line. Coming in and making the catch is Happ, and the seventh inning is over. The Orioles have not scored since Tuesday night. As we go to the eighth inning. And my cursor continues to just be a problem. I mean, what? I might break my laptop right now with the way I'm feeling. You can't make me frustrated with the cursor right now. You just can't. You can't do this to me. I might accidentally boot somebody because this damn thing is stuck. Move! Holy Toledo. I can't. I can't. Deliver me from this evil. Come on. What did I do? I promise I'll do better. Yeah, my laptop needs a Hawk Tui. I tell you what. All right, let's... there it goes. Thank you. Thank you. Man. Folks, what can you do? What can you do? I feel a whole lot like Pete from NYY Underground after he reacted to Aaron Boone's post-game press conference after that final loss to the Red Sox in that series, where Boone said, "We got it all right in front of us." And that streamer pretty much lost his mind, was laughing uncontrollably, went and found a white towel and just started waving it, waving the white towel. Oh, my goodness. 0-1 pitch to Crow Armstrong. By the way, Cole Irvin's still out here. Hey, Ben McDonald's got one of those classic starting lineup figurines of his own image. Here's a soft grounder to second. Mateo to first in time. Crow Armstrong retired, leading off the top of the 8th. I'm glad that the broadcast booth is having fun with the figurine. There's a called strike to Tomas Nido. And the next pitch is high for ball 1. 1-1 the count on Nido. Tampa up 5-3 on the Yankees. You got to go Life of Brian. I mean, I think Holy Grail is obviously for a first movie. That's the tone setter. That's sort of the groundbreaking one. But I think Life of Brian is their best one. The religious satire is fantastic, and so many jokes hit even better today than they did 45 years ago. Swing and a miss here by Swanson. Irvin gets a strikeout on a curveball about 1.5 feet off the plate. 2 down here in the 8th. Back to the top of the order for Nico Horner. Excuse me, that was Nido striking out, not Swanson. I apologize. They both have dark beards, hitting from the right side against a lefty. Nico Horner at the plate. He fouls one off. Count 0-2 on him. He's 2 for 3 tonight. Scored a run. Now, what is this? That is not a toy. That is a bottle of liquor. Ben McDonald has got himself a big old bottle of liquor. As this pitch to Horner is inside. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Meaning of Life definitely has a couple of really strong sketches. I just think a couple of them are kind of weak. This one's hit to second. And that'll do it here in the top of the 8th. Hey! We set the Cubs down like the weak hitting team that they're supposed to be. And we go to the bottom of the 8th. We need a touchdown and a 2-point conversion to tie the ball game. Are you asking me if I'm going to call the game, the All-Star game? I still haven't decided. Honestly, if we go into the All-Star game and I'm feeling the mood I'm feeling right now, I think I'm just going to take the time off. I need to rest the voice. Folks, calling 162 games is not easy. And that month of June where we had 1 day off, your boy got sick. I can't think of any other reason why. Hey, the Rays have the bases loaded. I tell you what, if this game ends before the Yankee game, I'll flip it over, and if the Rays are winning, I'll call the rest of that game and try to watch the Yankees lose, just so I can walk away tonight feeling good about something. You mean we play up the good competition, right, Shante? Look, I'm fine with 2 out of 3. I'm just, how are we going to win anything with the plate approach we're using right now? I do hope it's a switch, like the man was saying. The man is confident that tomorrow night, as bad as we've looked, we're going to flip a switch and start beating up on the Yankees. I hope that's true. I would just prefer to have some momentum and then go in there and sweep. All right. The Cubs are done with Justin Steele for the night, so there is some shred of hope. Drew Smiley, another southpaw veteran, is going to come out here and pitch the 8th, and he used to be a starter from, if memory serves. He might be out here to pitch the final 2 innings. Jorge Mateo will be up to hit first. It's the bottom of the order for the Orioles in the bottom of the 8th. First pitch to him is high for ball 1. Mateo is 1 for 2 tonight. He has one of the 3 Oriole hits. and the only non-extra base hit. The other 2 hits a double by Mountcastle. Oh, excuse me. No, all 3 were doubles. Mountie, Mateo, and Santander. So all we've had tonight are extra base hits. We still can't score. 1-1 the count. Breaking ball hit on the ground, and what a stab by the third baseman. He turns, throws, and he gets Mateo. Wow, Mastrobuoni is going to haunt my dreams. This dude, this nobody, just robbed a hit from Jorge Mateo. 1 out here in the 8th. Here's Mullins. He takes a pitch inside for ball 1. Set is 0 for 2 tonight. Average down to 212. That's what I'm saying. Like, Mullins, oh, there's that home run swing, but he couldn't keep it straight. It'll go deep into the stands down the right corner. 1 ball, 1 strike. I mean, Mullins, despite all of us saying, oh, man, he can't hit, his average is higher than the top 5 or bottom 5 guys in the order for these Cubs. For the Cubs, Mullins would be batting like 2nd, if not like 5th. 1-2 the count. And this one's hit on the ground, but foul, right side. One and 2 on said Mullins. 1 down, nobody on, bottom of the 8th. Drew Smiley in relief of Justin Steele. Pitch in the dirt and bounces far, far away. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Yeah, I mean, look at the bottom of the order tonight. Swanson came in hitting 200, 2 for 4. Mastrobuoni hitting like a $140, 2 for 4. All right, we got Crow Armstrong out. That's good, I guess. 2-2 pitch. Popped up. On the infield, in foul ground, Mastrobuoni makes the catch. 2 down. I'm more of a slender man argument guy. Here's McCann. What's like the 90s, Matt? Take me back to the 90s, please. McCann with a line drive, and that's going to sneak past the glove of Swanson into left field. A base hit for James McCann. Ladies and gentlemen, the Orioles have successfully gotten another runner on with 2 out. I swear, every time we've got a runner on, it's been with 2 down. All right, back to the top of the order. Gunner, can you hear me? Can you feel me near you? For the love of all that is holy, give this crowd something to feel good about. The pitch, fouled away. Gunner is 0 for 3 tonight. He has made weak contact twice, and he's also struck out. His average now in the 280s, 289. 27 homers, 61 driven in. Check swing, called a strike. 0-2. This is Drew Smiley, folks, a veteran soft-tossing left-handed pitcher. Pitch, popped up. Opposite field, pop up, can of corn, inning over. Am I honestly going to watch us get shut out on back-to-back games? One worse than the last? boy. Robert, this is even worse. Like last night, we were getting hits. We just couldn't drive them in. Now we can't even start a rally. Every hit we've had tonight has been 2 out, maybe 1 with 1 out. It's incredible. I mean, it's at the point where now it's almost hard to do what we're doing right now. It's almost difficult. Like you've seen a couple of the Cub hits tonight that were hit weakly. They just found a spot somewhere and dropped in. I mean, it is Murphy's Law going on right now with this team. I hope there's a switch. I hope there's a switch. It needs to be flipped on by 6:35 p.m. tomorrow. Yeah, for me, the biggest sign of Hyde being stubborn and not wanting to, inject something was the lineup he put out tonight. The lineup just screamed, I'm not going to change anything. I think we're fine. Just keep throwing them out there like we do. And we're getting our butts handed to us again. Cole Irvin is out there to finish the ball game, apparently. In the 9th, first pitch to Michael Busch is fouled away. Busch 1 for 3 with a walk. Low and away, 1-1 the count. It's still daylight. It's the 9th inning, and it's a blue sky. It's such an early start time. This is popped up to center field. Mullins has no idea where it is, and the ball drops in. You can't. That's it. That is it. We have hit rock frickin' bottom. And I don't want to hear anybody tell me, hey, BW, stop worrying. BW, it's fine. It's not fine right now. It's not fine when Albert Suarez steps off the rubber, not realizing he had already had 2 disengagements and just gives the runner second base. It's not fine for a ball to just drop in over there. I know you can get lost in the lights, but my God, this is not fine. Curveball, called a strike to Suzuki. You gotta just do something different. If it don't work, fine. You get the same result as this, you lose, but at least you say there, we're lost, but we tried something. This is not a response to last night's game. This is just going back out there thinking, well, it'll work this time. Oh, my goodness. Folks, baseball is an ever-evolving game. Teams see what your strengths are, and they look to exploit your weaknesses. I mean, the Orioles have had a great offense. But, man, this one's hit on the ground. Third base, Westberg with a long throw. He gets Suzuki for the first out here in the 9th. Runner at second stays put. 1 down. Yep, thank God the Yankees are having trouble too. And honestly, I think the Yankees' problems are bigger than ours because their problem is personnel. They don't have enough of a team to put a good lineup together. We've got the right lineup for the most part. I mean, we got to get Kjerstad in there. I don't think Mullins is a quitter, but that's just an opinion. I don't think he's a quitter. This pitch is up and away to a pinch hitter, Canario. So now the Cubs are just bringing out their reserves to get some work in with this 8-0 lead. One out, runner at second. Popped up by Canario. Mullins, can you see this one? He can't? I swear Mullins threw his arms in the air. The ball was hit to right center. It was Santander's ball, but Mullins was in the frame. You see, he threw his hands up the same way he did the last time, like he didn't know where the ball was. Now, luckily, this time it's hit to Tony. But you can see, there's the replay. Mullins can't see it. He has no idea where the ball is. What the hell is going on? Curveball, grounded a gunner. Long throw in the hole. He gets Morel, and that'll end the top of the ninth. I mean, hey, the man, for the cute nervous breakdown. It was cute? I mean, I'm not trying to help my channel be supported by having nervous breakdowns, but thank you all the same there, the man. I do appreciate it. We go to the bottom of the ninth. Top of the order due up. Well, 2, 3, and 4 anyway. My goodness. It's only 8 runs. We've only put 4 people on base through 8 innings, but now we got to score twice as many as we've gotten on base in 1? Okay, let's do it. You know what? You're right. Let's go out there and score 8 runs right now. Let's do it. Let's do it. Yeah, I'm telling you right now, the 3 worst losses of the season have been 3 of the last 4 ball games, in my humble opinion. Even when we got swept out in Houston, we went down like 15-2 to Houston, and we came back and had like 10 or 11 unanswered runs and made it like 15-12. And that's when I was saying, even when we lost, even though we were in the middle of a losing streak, I'm like, that's my Orioles. Even when they lose, they're out there. They're doing everything they can to win. They don't give up. They don't just phone it in. Wow, look at that skyline. That is gorgeous. All right, Jorge Lopez. Hey, there's a name you might remember. Coming on out here to finish the game for the Cubs. I will say Robert Kerstad will be in the lineup tomorrow because we are facing a right-handed pitcher. And speaking of Kerstad, here he is, pinch hitting for Adley Rutschman. Hyde. This is the time to pinch hit for Rutschman. I don't know. I don't know. 0-2 the count on Kerstad. Got to have that McCann bat in the lineup. Got to have it. That way we can pinch hit Rutschman later with Kerstad and keep McCann in. Makes sense. As this one's fouled back. Still 0-2. There's words somewhere in my apartment right now, but I'm at a loss to where they are. There's a pitch called strike 3, and it's not in the zone. Kerstad gets hosed on a call on a pitch outside and low. So there's the first out of the ninth. Kerstad had a look at the umpire. By the way, folks, if you want to throw out a curse word because you just want to scream it out, go ahead and do it. All right? I'm ready to do it. Colton Cowser is going to come up to pinch hit now. Cowser has been absolutely in a funk as he fouls the first pitch back. I mean, ever since that tear he went on, it has been no better than Mullins offensively, I can tell you that. I'm sorry, did I say we're losing 10-0? It's 8-0. And this pitch is off the plate. 1 ball, 1 strike. There you go, Slater B. Let's treat this like, hey, has anybody ever seen What About Bob? Do you remember when they sort of have a little bit of fun with Tourette syndrome and they just start screaming words at each other? As Cowser fouls this pitch back. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Just go ahead. Go ahead and get your Tourette's out now. Matt, no. Politics is still off the table. Don't make me any more upset. But go ahead and curse away. Cowser called strike 3 on the outside corner. Jesus H. fucking Christ. 2 down in the 9th. There, I got mine in. So whatever monetization is probably gone, but I don't care. Two down in the 9th. Here's Santander. Pitch off the plate outside for ball 1. 8-0 Cubs. Robert, for tonight, I blame Hyde too. I do. It just feels like absolutely nothing was done to address yesterday's result, which wasn't just like a anomaly result. That result was the culmination of issues that we were getting away with. Now, just glaringly obvious. Santander fouls back a 2-0 pitch. It's 2 balls and 1 strike. All right. Baltimore getting it all out. Everybody's getting it out. We're not going to be like this with the Yankees tomorrow, but we're going to get it out right now, all right? This one's fouled back by Tony, and the Orioles are down to their final strike. Yeah, what is there to, I mean, hopefully the reporters are going to ask the right questions. That's what matters. I don't want softball questions. I want the real questions. Hey, Hyde, do you think it makes sense to use McCann against every left-handed starter and DH Adley as much as you do when you got a bat like Heston Kjerstad? Are you that married to the idea of stacking righties against lefties and vice versa? Or can you maybe admit that a bat like Kjerstad, though left-handed, is a more dangerous weapon than McCann? How about a question like that? 3-2 pitch fouled away off to the right by Santander. We got a full count, 2 down in the 9th, and the payoff pitch to Tony is low and in, ball 4. See, Tony, again, he'll frustrate you when he makes outs because it always seems like a foul pop out, but man, he will, no matter what. He does things. He does things. He knows how to draw a walk and work a count. We just need more at-bats like the one Tony just had right there. Here's Westberg with 2 down. Santander at first base. The pitch. Hit in the center field. And over the head of Crow Armstrong. It bounces up against the wall. Tony's going to stop at third. And it's another 2-out would-be rally. 22nd double of the season for Westberg. Again, this all happening with 2 down without a run scoring yet. Second and third. Austin Hayes at the plate. He's 0 for 3 tonight, and that was against lefty pitching. Now he's facing the righty Lopez. He's been hot lately. First pitch to him is taken for a called strike. 99 on the gun from Lopez. The 0-1 hit back up toward the middle, second base. This should do it over to first in time. And the Orioles, for the second consecutive game and fourth time on the season, have been shut out. They have also been swept for the second time this season. Excuse me, third time. Cardinals, Astros, and now the last place Chicago Cubs have come into our ballpark, taken all 3 games, and shut us out twice. Final score, Cubs 8, Orioles nothing. 8 runs on 13 hits for Chicago. The Orioles, for the second straight night, 0 runs on 5 hits. Second straight night. We changed nothing from last night, and the results haven't changed from last night. So what are you going to do tomorrow, Brandon Hyde? What are you going to do between now and the Yankee series starting tomorrow night? Are you going to at least do something to fire something up? Are you going to maybe make a change in the lineup that's a little, different than normal? Are you maybe going to tell a player, hey, don't swing at the first pitch don't swing at any pitch until I tell you? Like, do something. This is unacceptable. I get it. We're going to have lulls in the season. And I get an individual game having a stinker, but these are back-to-back shutouts to the Cubs. And this is just plain bad. Bad baseball all the way around. Folks, we're still in the top of the 7th. I'm going to ask you right now, if I turned on the Yankee game, do you want me to stick around and call the rest of this? Because I will. Or would I just be bad luck? I just want to see the Yankees lose. Oh, my goodness. Daniel says yes. I mean, if you're going to say no, I don't think anyone's going to say no. They're just going to not say anything if the answer is no. So it's kind of hard to gauge. All right, I'll turn it on. We'll give it a try. Unbelievable, folks. Brandon Hyde, you gotta do something, man. I mean, I don't know. I wasn't there between last night's result and the start of tonight's game, so how can I sit here and know what was talked about? But I get the feeling that nothing was talked about. That Hyde just put out another lineup and said, go get 'em, boys. Juan Soto was at the plate with 2 down, nobody on, top of the 7th, and he swings and misses at a 1-0 pitch. Who's pitching? Give me some time to figure it out. We are now in Tampa, folks. Oh, my God, I forgot. This is at the Trop? You're making me watch a game here? 1-1 to Soto, swung on and missed. It's Jason Adam on the mound for the Rays here. This game is in the top of the 7th. The Rays took a 2-0 lead in the first. The Yankees tied it up with a run in the second and third to make it 2-2. Rays then went up quickly 5-2 on a 3-run third, and the Yankees since have gotten 1 run back to make it 5-3. That's where we're at here, top of the 7th, as Soto strikes out, and that'll end the top of the 7th. 7th inning stretch time in Tampa, where we're hoping to watch the Rays beat the Yankees. Oh, I'm sorry, that was only strike 2. Now a swing and a miss. There you go. Juan Soto strikes out. That's right, Brian. I forgot to add up. I so quickly went off the stats page for tonight's Orioles game. After an 0 for 11 with runners in scoring position last night, make it 0 for 17 combined in these two games. Unbelievable. And even in the game we won, I want to say we didn't cash in as many guys as we should have. It was probably something like 2 for 9 or something. I know. Did nothing. Hyde did nothing. And I sat there and watched every time they cut to Hyde tonight, and it was just that stoic look on his face, which, look, when things are going well, that's fine and well. But when things aren't, show me that you're like communicating with your body language that you're not happy with what the hell's going on right now. Start moving around the dugout. Start talking to some players. Don't just stand there in one spot the whole damn game leaning on the railing. Do something, man. And again, if you guys think I'm coming down on Hyde hard, I apologize because I really do like him as a manager. I really, really do like him as a leader for this young team. I think he was the perfect guy to bring in for the team we got put together here. Who is this guy? This might be the scariest person I've ever seen. All right. I don't know where I'm at or who I'm watching, but get me away from this guy. Looks like he spent time with Hannibal Lecter. All right, we're going to the bottom of the seventh here. We got the Rays and Yankees on. Randy Arozarena will lead it off for Tampa, followed by Brandon Lau and Isaac Paredes. Arozarena's got a home run tonight. A two-run shot off of Nestor Cortez back in the first inning. Wait, is Soto out of the ballgame? Looks like Soto is still in the game. Arozarena looks at a called strike. Jake Cousins is on the mound for the Yankees, right-handed reliever, making his 8th appearance. ERA under 2. Fouled back by Arozarena, 0-2 the count. Orioles will figure this out. They're still 21 games over and hopefully 2 games ahead of the Yanks still. As a Mets fan, I can only dream of having... Yeah, I feel you, Elgood. There's a called strike 3. Nice pitch there by Cousins at the top of the zone. Arozarena caught looking, and he strikes out. Has a 2-run homer, but now 1 for 4 on the night. Here's Brandon Lau. 2 for 3 tonight. He missed some time on the DL. A couple of months worth, I think. There's a called strike. A slider on the back door from Cousins. At least I can just call a game where I don't have any emotional investment in it. It feels therapeutic already. Here's a swing and a miss by Lau, and the count now 0-2. Yeah, all good. I see Soto still on the scorecard here without a replacement. I guess something between innings got taken care of. This pitch is low and in. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Lefty Poche getting loose for the Rays. This ball's hit on the ground, right side foul. Still 1-2. This thing's just bouncing all over the place. I tell you what, these websites, they purposefully bounce you around when you're not moving anything so that they can stick an ad somewhere if you're not looking at an ad. 1-2 pitch, swung on and missed. No, I'm sorry. That you got a piece of that. It went behind the plate out of my view. So the count is still 1-2. The at-bat is still alive. The lower bowl of Tropicana Field is pretty filled up, but folks, this is Florida. I can go ahead and tell you right now, the crowd is probably 80% Yankee fans. This pitch is low, 2-2 the count. Two-two pitch to Brandon Lau. Is swung on and fouled off to the right, and Lau goes down. Oh, I'm sorry, is that a fair ball? Oh, I see. He fouled it off of his foot. The ball went into fair territory. The Yankees fielded it like it was a live ball, but it is a foul ball off of Lau, and he went down in pain. Got him right on the instep of his right foot. See, you see what I'm talking about? You see how this just popped up right here? Lenovo Pro. I did not move this. I put it here. Keep it here. God. Who can stand computers anymore in the internet and the way they just absolutely shove advertising down your throat? You can't just sit here with a page that doesn't move. This is a base hit into center field for Lau. I mean, look at this. This is where I want it. I want it right there. I'm not touching a thing. Just keep that like that. And watch it move on its own, folks. So Lau's aboard here with one down. Isaac Paredes coming to the plate. 0 for 1 tonight, but he has scored a run. He's walked twice. He's walked 6 times in the series. And he's also got a 3-run homer in the series. So he has been a menace, and he takes a called strike on a looked like a slider there from Cousins. 0-1 the count on Paredes. 1 out, runner at first. 5-3 Tampa in the bottom of the 7th. This is the rubber game of a 3-game series. And, of course, the Yankees will be traveling north to Baltimore right after this game. All right, 0-2 the count on Paredes. Lau at first base, 1 away. Cousins' next pitch. Swung on and fouled back behind the plate. Why did I agree to call this? If it was already in the 9th inning, sure. But, man, this could be another half an hour. Your boy hasn't had breakfast yet. Lefty Caleb Ferguson getting loose for the Yankees. Swing and a miss. There's a good slider there from Cousins. Paredes chased it. No chance to even make contact there. 2 down in the inning. And we're going to have a pinch hitter for Ahmed Rosario. The righty will sit for the left-handed Josh Lowe. Josh Lowe, Lowe, same last name as Brandon Lau. Lowe, but pronounced different. So don't get them confused as brothers, everybody. That's all I'm trying to say. The last thing BW needs right now is an argument about who are brothers and who aren't. As the Yankees have a visit on the mound here. Oh, Lord, it's so hard to be humble when you're perfect in every way. Let's hope so, Shante. And you know what? I'm really not opposed to like a real shakeup in the lineup. I'm not opposed to not having Gunnar leading off. I've always preferred Adley hitting leadoff and Gunnar behind him. I just think Adley is a better on-base guy that doesn't hit as many homers, so you're not wasting solo shots, but you are getting a guy on base for Gunnar who can then double his production that first time up in every game. I mean, the only thing Gunnar, where it makes a little more sense, is that he's a speedier guy than Adley. So if Gunnar gets on first, he can run. But how often is Gunnar just hitting a single and then we're moving him up? I mean, we're not playing small ball anyway. So here's a called strike. 1-2 the count on Josh Lowe, the pinch hitter. Brian, is that an actual quote from the post game tonight? Brian, please feed me more quotes. Swing and a miss. Josh Lowe strikes out, and that ends the inning for Tampa. We go to the 8th. The Rays ahead 5-3. Hyde's playing 5D chess. He's going to shock the Yankees with a drastic lineup change tomorrow night. That's right. We got McCann hitting leadoff. And we're going to bring back Tony Kemp to bat third. We're going to call up Garrett Cooper to bat eighth. We've got all the plans. And even if Gunnar didn't bat second, I feel like Westberg should be at the top of the order. I really do. I get the idea. I just think, I mean, Brandon Hyde, I'm with you, buddy. Like, it makes sense on paper. Stack the lefties against righties and vice versa and try to split up the batters so that, you know, in the later part of the game, they can't go to the bullpen and just set down 3 straight guys from one side of the plate. They're going to have to at least face somebody that they don't want to. I get that way of setting up a lineup, but at some point you got to go, well, I got to try something else because we're just plain not scoring runs. So to me, I would say against lefties, I would have Westberg bat leadoff, Gunnar bat second, and Adley bat third. And against righties, I might have Adley bat first, Westy second, and Gunnar third. If not, Gunnar second. I don't know about Westy third against a righty. Yeah, I think if anything, it would be Westy second, Gunnar third, and then maybe Tony cleanup. O'Hearn fifth, Mountie sixth. Something like that. Kerstead, obviously. Can't forget about him. All right, we're turning in the Dennis Green now, are we, Matt? They're who we thought they were. Hey, look, it's Aaron Judge at the plate. The world stops when Aaron Judge hits. 0-1 the count on Judge, who's 0 for 2 tonight with a walk. Inside, 1 ball, 1 strike to Judge. I don't know how you can put Holiday at the top of the order until he starts showing he can hit in the bigs. Swing and a miss by Judge. 1-2 the count. I mean, after his first call-up, Holiday, when he gets called up again, he's got to hit at the bottom of the order until he can show that he can. I mean, he should project to be a guy that hits at the top of the order, but he's got to prove it first. If you can't hit 8th or 9th, then you shouldn't be trying to hit first or second. 1-2 to Judge is off the plate outside. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Oh, you were just kidding. You were just kidding. I'm sorry. Sometimes the sarcasm doesn't show itself in text form. You know what I mean? 2-2 swung on a miss. Judge strikes out. All right. Down goes the Judge. Hey, you go back to where a judge belongs, the bench. See what I did there? I made a funny. The Rays are going to go to the pen. What's Fight Club? I've never heard of it. Forgive me, Matt. I'm just following the rules. We have a pitching change with a lefty Rice and a lefty Wells. Two of the next three up. I'm assuming they're going to a lefty in the pen. I've already forgotten who was. Oh, was it? No, Ferguson was getting loose. That's the Yankee lefty. Where is my cursor now? Oh, there it's right there, and it's just not moving. Cursor plain frozen. Oh, hey, a little bit of movement. A little bit of life. Here. Oh, that made it jump way over here now. Oh, no, Matt. I might accidentally time you out or something because I'm stuck on you. Oh, wait. Now I've gone. Oh, my God. Where am I now? Come on, man. Where is my cursor at all at this point? Oh, it's here. Okay. Can you slide over here, please? To the right? That's where I'm trying to go. Unbelievable. Just whatever you want to do, cursor. It's your world. I'm just living in it, okay? It's your world and I'm just living in it. Yeah, just keep right-clicking for no reason. Keep doing every command that I'm not asking you to do. Just, yeah, it's perfect. What is, I don't even know what I'm looking at here. Oh, wow. Super stickers. Hey, folks. I didn't even know this was a thing. All right. Can I X out of here, please? Thank you. Okay. Bottom or top of the eighth, excuse me. And it's Poche that's been called out. That's the guy that was getting loose. Colin Poche, the southpaw, on to face Ben Rice. 1-0 pitch is in the dirt. 2-0 the count. 1 out, nobody on. Top of the eighth. The Rays ahead 5-3. Elgood with more what about Bob references. There's a pitch off the plate. 3-0 now to Rice. Hey, Elgood. I'm sailing. I'm sailing. 3-0, ball 4. Poche comes in and issues a 4-pitch walk to Ben Rice. I get it now. Dr. Leo Marvin, you're a genius. Baby steps have helped me. Here's Gleyber Torres. He takes one low and in, a check swing, appeal, no swing, 1-0 the count. Gleyber is 0 for 3 tonight. Two homers for the Yankees tonight. Austin Wells had a solo shot and Soto hit a solo shot in the second and third innings, respectively. The Rays had one homer back in the first, a 2-run shot from Arozarena. 1-1 pitch to Gleyber Torres is lifted foul behind the plate. My favorite line from that movie isn't even like a line I think you can write down on a piece of paper because it's just about gibberish, Elgood. As a 1-2 pitch to Torres is coming in the dirt, 2-2 the count. It's when Leo is finally fed up with Bob to the point where he starts to just drive him away from the house, out of town, into the middle of nowhere, and just tells Bob to get out of the car. Richard Dreyfuss jumps out first, and he just goes, "Get out of the car! Get out of the car!" Like he's just so mad. He can't even. It's just syllables coming out. I don't even know. Now my chat is acting weird. That's the quote. Get out of the car. This ball's hit into left field by Torres for a base hit. 2 on, 1 out now. The Yankees have the tying runs on. Yes, Rob, you've got it right on the money. For hopeful therapy, I am calling a game that I hope the Rays will win. But the Yankees right now, with 1 down, have the tying runs on. So Trevino will pinch hit. The right-handed catcher will come in to replace Austin Wells, who already hit a home run tonight. Trevino hitting .239 on the season, 8 homers, 26 driven in. I don't understand why the bottom of my chat keeps getting clipped off. Hyde said nothing about coaching. We are a good team. We got beat by starting pitching. Didn't do anything against their bullpen. We didn't play good D. We didn't throw the ball well, minus Burns. Yeah, but why? Why, Brandon? Two on, 1 out. Here's Trevino. Takes over the plate, but low for ball 1. 5-3 Rays. Rubber game of a 3-game series. In the top of the 8th. 1 down, 2 on. 1-0 pitch is low, ball 2. Yeah, I mean, if you're going to sit there and go, we didn't hit and we didn't pitch well and we didn't play good defense, but Burns was okay. I mean, that's all you got to say? This pitch is way high. 3-0 on Trevino now. Poche working himself into trouble with 2 on, 1 out and a 3-0 count. A walk would push the tying run in a scoring position and put the go-ahead run on. 3-0 is high for ball. They called that a strike. Umpires are so bad. Umpires are just so bad at calling balls and strikes. The 3-1, there's a called strike, and it is in the zone. But Trevino should be on first base right now. I don't want him to be. I'm happy they called it a strike. The Yankees will have, let's see. Well, let's see. Full count here on Trevino. Bottom of the zone, called strike 3. And Trevino, I don't know how he didn't get tossed after that, AB. He took ball 4, and that was clearly ball 4, and it was called a strike. Then he fouled a pitch off, stayed alive in the at-bat. Then he got a pitch below the zone, took it, and gets called a strike. I mean, the catcher raised his mitt like a foot up to frame it. Did you honestly buy that framing job, ump? Yeah, and that's why Trevino can't argue, because he just replaced Austin Wells. He's the only other catcher. Trevino can't get tossed from the game. They wouldn't have another catcher. So he had to sit there and bite his tongue. He went back to the dugout, slammed the bat back into the rack, while the rest of the Yankee dugout barks at the ump for a terrible call there. It's a commercial break, and hey, my cursor seems to be moving normally for the moment. There are 2 down. I guess another pitching change is happening. Boy, look at Boston. Boston. Who said Boston was 4.5? What? Let's go to the standings. All right. I don't know who said. I guess whoever said Boston was 4.5 back, they were talking about 4.5 behind New York, not us. But it still has to be said, they're the hottest team in the division, 7-3 in their last 10. They're in line to win again tonight. They'll move 10 games over 500. The Twins are starting to pick it up again. They're at 53-40. We're only, 3.5 games better than that. And that's the team we have to play in the final series of the season. Last 6 games of the season, folks, on the road at New York, the Yankees, and then at Minnesota. All right, somebody got tossed from the dugout during the break. It's going to be Rodriguez now to pitch for the Rays, a right-hander, with Anthony Volpe at the plate. And it looks like one of the coaches that got tossed. 2-0 the count on Volpe. Swing and a miss. Fastball 97. Again, this pitch tracker looks about 3 pitches ahead. So I'll bring it on down here. We've got runners at first and second, 2 down. The Yankees trail by 2. And this pitch is low and away, 3-1. Take care there, BFH. Hey, if I'm here and you're here, isn't it our time? Hey, I'm just having some pizza, watching the Rays. This pitch is fouled at the plate. Full count on Volpe. Couldn't tell you, Elgood. That sounds like something out of, I don't know, American Pie or one of those like late 90s raunchy comedies. That's my best bet. Full count, and it's ball 4. And Rodriguez has come on as another replacement and has walked the bases loaded with that free pass. Norby has hit a home run. Jeez Louise. Oh, The Great Outdoors. You know, for some reason, I've seen that movie a lot, but the lines just aren't that memorable for me or quotable. I don't know why. I found Dan Aykroyd's character to just be plain obnoxious without being funny. I thought John Candy was funny enough. But I thought a lot of the gags were kind of weak. I don't know. I've seen that movie probably 20 times, but I don't know why. It's a comfort watch. Any John Candy movie is a comfort watch for me. Trent Grisham is at the plate with 2 down, bases loaded. So your ball game could be right here, folks. Your ball game could be right here. What this also means is that 9-1-2 at minimum will be due up for New York in the 9th, which means Soto will at least get one more trip to the plate. And if anybody gets on, that would be the tying run, and Judge comes up. But first things first, 0-1 to Grisham is a pitch in the dirt. 1 ball and 1 strike. 1988. And for me, John Candy, if I like a good John Candy vehicle that's like a summer vacation movie, I go Summer Rental, which came out probably around 85, 86. Here's a called strike to Trent Grisham. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 down, bases loaded. Shelley Duvall passed away today. Shelley Duvall. Please confirm that for me, Rob. This one's hit in the air, left field. Coming in, Arozarena, and he makes a sprinting catch to end the inning. The Yankees leave him loaded, down 2. So you know they're frustrated. We go to the bottom of the 8th. The Rays still lead at 5-3. Man, folks, Shelley Duvall had it really, really tough, guys. I don't know if you guys are familiar with Shelley Duvall and her career and sort of her, leaving the Hollywood scene. And yeah, so Shelley Duvall had it pretty rough. Rest in peace, Shelley Duvall. That's got your boy a little bit sad. Yeah, Kubrick was very rough on her. Yeah, notoriously so. Did he get a great performance out of her? Yes. Did it screw her up mentally for the rest of her life? Maybe. Is that worth the price of art? I don't know. It's hard. Great songs have been written because the songwriter experienced a horrific tragedy. And that song can affect a lot of people and help a lot of people out there. And then you have to sit there and go, well, was it worth it? You wrote a brilliant song that touches my heart and millions of other people's hearts, but it came at a price. That's a tough thing about art. You know, a lot of people, they put everything into it, and it can eat you alive. It really can. I get choked up talking about it. I have no idea what that is. A sellout to who? He left Hollywood, moved to England, and basically made movies with his own production company. What do you mean he was a sellout? Who is he selling out to? He always made movies the way he wanted to. Now, you can say he was a bastard for treating the acting talent the way he would sometimes. I don't know about selling out. All right, we're in the bottom of the 8th. Jose Siri at the plate. He looks at a called strike. 6, 7, and 8 due up for the Rays. All right, well, feel free to expand on your comment. Just repeating he was doesn't really support the argument. This pitch is tapped foul at the plate, and the count moves to a ball and 2 strikes. He was on the payroll. All right, so now we're just talking in code. Does anybody here know what that means? Stanley Kubrick was on the payroll, so he sold out. Maybe I'm the only one that doesn't know what you mean by that, Brian, but perhaps somebody else here knows? Two and two the count on Siri. Pitch is upstairs. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Siri leading it off here in the bottom of the 8th. The Rays want to get an insurance run. They're up 2. This one is swung on and fouled away off to the left side. Full count on Siri. This one's hit on the ground. Shortstop Volpe has it over to first in time. And that's the first out here in the bottom of the 8th. Siri grounds out 6-3. For the Rays now, it is Jose Caballero. 0 for 3 tonight with a pair of strikeouts. Breaking ball up and away, called a strike, not in the zone. This one's hit to third. Is that Cabrera playing there? He's fielded it over to first in time, and there are 2 away here in the bottom of the 8th. Is that Oswaldo Cabrera at third? Yes, it is. Okay. Just making sure. Two down. Here is DeLuca, who takes a pitch up and in. Johnny DeLuca, 184 average. He does have a double tonight. Top of the zone for a called strike. 1 ball, 1 strike. 2 down, nobody on. When you solve a math problem, does your mom call you before you cook the food or after you use the bathroom? What? Come again? 1 and 2 the count on DeLuca. Is this a riddle? This pitch is... Oh, the DeLuca brothers. Wait, you're not confusing DeLuca with Loduca, right? Like Paul Loduca, the old Dodger. I think he played for the Mets too. This is DeLuca, not Loduca. Hakuna Matata is on deck. Full count, 2 out, bases empty, bottom of the 8th. The pitch is fouled back. Another payoff pitch to come to DeLuca. What a wonderful phrase. Inside edge, called strike 3. DeLuca goes down looking. Inning over. We go to the top of the 9th. Folks, do you want some sort of fun tonight? Then let's watch these Rays get 3 outs, and let's watch the Yankees lose so that they feel like crap going into the game tomorrow. As long as we're on level ground, both feeling like crap, then I feel a whole lot better about our crap being better than their crap. Sorry for all the scientific and medical terminology. I don't mean to, I'll try to talk in down in basic terms here. Oh my God. Mitigated Misery. Hey, that was the name of my 3rd solo album. Did you buy that one, Slater B? Didn't sell very well. Rod, you got a point there. Wow, you know what? That is something to think about. I mean, folks, that last series with the Yankees, when Soto clearly, I don't care what anybody's going to say different. Soto had a chance to dodge hitting Jordan Westburg on that running play on the ball hit to Westy. Instead, he went knee first into Westburg's hip. Westburg gets knocked out of the game. We retaliate. We hit Judge. Sorry. That could have been the end of everything. But no, the Yankees go, well, wait a minute. What are you doing hitting our guy? We're going to hit your guy. And they proceed to hit, 3 of our batters? So somehow we had 3 batters hit, plus Westburg taken out by a knee. And the only thing we did was hit Judge once. And yet somehow the Yankees still think like there's some kind of thing going on here. Well, with both the way both these teams are playing right now, going head-to-head, starting tomorrow night, if there's any kind of shenanigans, yeah, it could really, really get out of hand. Pete Fairbanks is on the mound to close out the ball game. First pitch to Oswaldo Cabrera is a called strike. Cabrera's 1 for 3, single and a run scored back in the 5th. This pitch is off the plate, 1 ball and 1 strike. And I'm telling you right now, I mean, if for no other reason, just because these two teams are playing the way they are, their fans want to see something. They want to see some fighting, I feel. We'll see. We'll see. This pitch is way high to Cabrera. 2 balls, 1 strike. Hola, saludos. Desde Caracas, Venezuela, ¿cómo van los juegos de mis two equipos marineros de Seattle y Mets de Nueva York? Edison, I can read Spanish. I can't translate it, but thanks for being here and enjoying some baseball. I did take a little bit of Spanish in high school, but then I moved on to take Italian in college, and then I had to learn Thai when I came out here. So my Spanish is it's not great. 3-1 the count on Cabrera. This pitch is low for ball 4. And that is a huge walk. The leadoff man here in the 9th. That brings the top of the order up. And unless there's a double play, that guarantees Aaron Judge will get to the plate as the tying run, bare minimum. Yes, Slater B, maybe. But again, one team's going to be winning and one team's going to be losing. So it's going to backfire on somebody. You go out there frustrated and you start throwing hands and all this. And if you don't win, you're just you're ballooning the problem. Verdugo at the plate. First pitch is off the plate for ball 1. Next pitch. Bottom of the zone, called a strike, 1-1. I don't want this thing giving away anything here. We're going to go down here. Hey, is anybody actually watching this game or just hearing me call it? 1-1 count on Verdugo. And a breaking ball in there for strike 2. Runner at first. Nobody out, top of the 9th. The Yankees have the tying run at the plate. The Rays ahead 5-3. You got Soto and Judge. The next two batters due up. And this ball is hit on the ground softly. The pitcher will field, throw to first in time to get the first out of the inning. All right. Well, folks, if you wanted something to watch, this is must-see TV. The Yankees in the 9th, down 2, tying run at the plate in the form of Juan Soto. Double play out of order, so in all likelihood, Aaron Judge will also bat before this game is through. And with the base open at first, this is the part of that whole Judge-Soto combo that makes it tough. Can't really just put Soto on here. Yeah, it would set up a double play ball. But he'd also bring up the league's best home run hitter that with one swing can not only tie the game, but give the Yankees the lead because they're putting the tying run on. So you kind of got to go after Soto here. But he's a tough out. He's got the best batting eye in baseball. He knows how to draw a walk. And he can certainly kill you with an extra base hit. 1 out, top of the 9th, runner at second. The pitch is hit foul off to the right and fielded by the ball boy over there near the dugout or the bullpen area. down the right field line. 0-1 on Soto. Have fun storming the castle. No, what he said was to blaze, which means to bluff. You know, they were probably sitting around playing cards. You know, he made a bad bet, and this pitch is in the dirt. 1-1 the count. One pitch. Foul back. Janet, don't worry about it for tonight, okay? It's all good. Edison's fine. I mean, for anybody to be here at all at this point. This one is up and away. 2-2 the count on Soto. It's all good, Book Doc. Janet's doing fine. And we want to welcome Edison in. This pitch is popped up by Soto. Out of play. Still 2-2. Not me. No, I only do Baltimore games. This is the second time that I've covered a non-Orioles game, and it was a similar situation where my game was finished and I called the end of another game just because it had some sort of relevant tie-in with the Orioles. Here's the 2-2 to Soto, and that's lined hard down toward that bullpen area again on the right side. Another 2-2 to Soto. That's low, and the count is run full. Typical Juan Soto at bat. Full count now. He could walk. He could tie the game up with a swing. A lot of things can happen here. Payoff pitch to Juan Soto, and here it is. Curveball inside, and Soto draws the walk. So it's the same result as just pitching around him. That's what Soto does. Now you got to pitch to Judge. Can't put him on. First and second, one out. Judge represents the go-ahead and potential winning run. 0 for 3 with a walk tonight. And that pitch is a called strike, a curveball that looked below the zone, but Fairbanks gets the call. There's another, well, that's a slider. It looks like top of the zone, and that's ball one. 1-1 the count on Judge. I guess, folks, since it's probably something that's going to get brought up later, regarding, look, it should be English only if at all possible. I don't know if you're still around here, Edison. This ball's popped up in foul ground, and what a catch made by Yandy Diaz. He will throw to third base as well to keep the runners where they are. A huge out. Aaron Judge, a foul pop-up to Yandy Diaz. And that pitch was out over the plate, belt high. Man, Judge could have done a whole lot more with that. Fitzy, I'm calling the end of the Yankees-Rays game because, I'm looking for some sort of enjoyment out of something. Excuse me. So Ben Rice at the plate with 2 down. The Yankees still down 2. He takes a called strike. Just Edison, Edison, if you're still here with us, are you able to chat in English? That's just it's a preference here, so that everybody can sort of share in together. As this one's hitting the right field, Rice with a base hit. Cabrera is going to come around the score. Soto moves to third, and this game is still alive. The Yankees have gotten one run in the ninth. It's 5-4. My goodness. We're just going to hang out right here for a minute. Hey, we jumped up to 15-23. But yeah, I mean, in general, I think we need to enforce, an English policy. But also, I don't want to turn people away. I mean, we have a lot of, people tuning in from Latin America. And if they're just trying to say hello, I want them to be able to say hello. But we just, we need to also sort of figure out how to, I don't know. We'll talk about it. Whatever we do, I just want to do it the best possible way. And I want to be as inclusive as possible for fans of baseball. Hello, greetings from Caracas, Venezuela. How are the games of my two teams? What are you asking? Oh, that's what Edison said. Okay, thank you. I was going to say, why are you... You're just repeating back. Okay, thank you. 2-0 the count. How are the games of my two teams going? That's what he said. Okay. If you're still out there, my friend, I don't know. I don't know how those games are going. 2-1 the count on a swing and a miss here by Gleyber Torres. 2 balls, 1 strike, bottom of the ninth, 2 down, tying run at third, go ahead run at first. The pitch, outside, 2-2. By the way, Miss Janet, just so we're cool, you didn't do anything wrong either. It's up to me to sort of try and work out what we can work with and what we have to fix. This one is swung on and missed. Now I'm just absolutely speaking gibberish right now. Come on. We need this final out, please. Mets with a shutout. All right, well, the Yankees are down to their final strike with a tying run 90 feet away. The payoff pitch to Gleyber Torres. Swung on, hit in the air. Shallow center. Coming in is Siri, and going out is Caballero, who makes a catch but drops the ball. Did he drop it? They say he did drop it? What in the world? What kind of crazy final play is this? A shallow center field ball with the center fielder and the shortstop going out. Wait, and now they're saying it is a final catch. Caballero makes an over-the-shoulder back to the infield catch, and by waving his glove around in celebration, the ball drops out. The Yankees looking, going, hey, he dropped the ball. But thank God they're going to say that is the final out of the ball game, and there's nothing you can do in terms of a replay here. I mean, he's standing there. Yeah, he's got it. He's got it. And yeah, he's got it. He's got it. He's got it. Game over. The Rays win. Holy Toledo. And man, how frustrating is that for the Yankees? If that ball drops like the way... Oh, they actually did review it. What was there to review? I don't even know what you can review there. What a catch by Caballero, though, to end this ball game. And, man, that is, folks, the frustration. This is what I needed to see. The Yankees not only lost, but they lost in heartbreaking fashion on a final play where they're still wondering what the hell happened. That is exactly what your boy needed to finish up the rest of his day, not feeling in a sour mood. All right, bring on these Yankees tomorrow. God damn it. Come on. We're going to turn this ship around. tomorrow at the Yard. Orioles Yankees 5-2 against them on the season. 3-1 last time we played at the Yard. We ain't screwing around. Bring them on tomorrow night. Let me tell you about the start time, and then I'll get the hell out of here. Holy Toledo. I've had enough for one night. I'm starving, by the way. I've been up now for 4.5 hours, and I haven't had a bite to eat. All right. Let's take a look at this. Any early games tomorrow? No, everything starts 6:40 or later. All right. Hey, a little bit later of a start time. Thank you. This game is also going to be on ESPN Plus, folks. 7:05. First pitch tomorrow night. Your boy will be on the air at 6:55. What just happened here? Now everything's going crazy. I better start closing windows. Your pitching matchup is going to be Garrett Cole against Cade Povich, both with an ERA of 6.5 or more. Wow, Cole's already given up 5 home runs in 17 1/3 innings. So we got Povich in game 1 going up against a multi-winning Cy Young Award winner. All right, well, I guess that about does her. I guess that about does her out here in Los Angeles. I just wanted to tell you a little story about the dude. The dude, a man in his time and place. I was a little sad to see Donnie die there, but sometimes that's how it goes. I hope you guys know what movie I'm referencing right now, as I got to get on out of here and have me a sarsaparilla. Do you have to curse so much, BW? We got no Big Lebowski fans here. Ah, Bartman, thank you. Okay. And there's a little Lebowski on the way. That makes me a little bit happier. A Sioux City sarsaparilla. So, folks, I hope you tune on in tomorrow night. The Orioles are going to try to wipe the slate clean. Get back out there and play their butts off. I'll see you tomorrow. Folks, this has been the Bird Watcher. Try to have a good night. We're going to make things better tomorrow. Donnie, you're out of your element. By the way, are we in the league playoffs? Okay. Donnie, you're out of your element. All right, guys, I got to get out of here. I have been through a lot of mental trauma lately. I need to take a break. I hope you have a good rest of your night. Please come back tomorrow. Please tell a friend about the channel. And we'll do it again tomorrow, okay? Until then, this has been the Bird Watcher. And I'll chirp at you later. See you guys.